every Monday for many, many years. And I still don't believe they're going to win. I'm sitting at my kitchen table rewatching the game saying, there's no way they're going to win this game.
0.7% chance with 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
Everybody's putting the bets on it again. Like, let me rebet this. They're not winning this one.
I actually took them at 1 point plus 4.5 when they got down 2 scores. But that win probability was all the way to 0.2.
Wow.
0.2 with the Giants having a 90. I have a screenshot of it. I tweeted it. A 99.8 win probability. 99.8. Like, it's just it's so insane. It's so memorable. I can't believe that it happened, and it happened to the Broncos on that day. I struggle with faith, if I'm just being real, and I've told you this before. Yeah. I struggle with faith. Okay, for the same reason that I want to have a sports argument and have substance to draw from, as opposed to go on a hunch or my gut.
Doubt sees the obstacles, faith leads the way.
So I have just more doubt. I want something substance to draw from.
There's some trauma behind that, but we'll talk off air.
But damn, there was something going on yesterday in there. And I just and maybe I think that because I do believe that there's something beyond this flesh, and I did not see this show starting this way. First of all, let me just say that. I do believe like I am not the skin and bones that I am.
Yeah.
I think that there's something in me, like a soul or something.
Sure. You know what KRS-One says? He did the monster thing. Like, say, what's this say? It says Gatorade Zero, right? Now say it without saying it. What's it say? Who said that? You said that.
Right.
But you said it in your head. Right. So, yeah, you are more than this flesh and bone.
Now, is it is Old Testament syncing up with the New Testament? And my mom's got it, my mom's got it all figured out. Just ask her, right? So, so I struggle with this stuff. But it's like, on that day, you scored 33 points in the fourth quarter? Second most in the history of football?
Yeah.
On a day where you couldn't chew gum and walk, and then something happens, and it's just add water and stir, and the Broncos have the best offensive quarter in the history of the Denver Broncos?
The Mile High Magic.
It did feel like some magic, and it's just like, guys, I'm just blown away. I mean, we're going to comb through it, but like...
To your point, you think about the fourth quarter, an interception from a quarterback that was playing pretty good football. A kicker, I get it, he's a backup, but he's still a professional kicker.
Yeah.
Misses extra points.
Yeah.
Two of them things.
Multiple.
In 15 minutes, you get an interception, you get 2 extra points missed, and a quarterback that a lot of people don't believe in score 4 touchdowns. All of that happened in 15 minutes of a football game.
That was a great script. That was a great script right there.
I mean, just like
script writers.
No, like seriously, because if you tried to hand that to a Hollywood director,
they say nobody's going to buy that.
They like they throw the script in the trash. I mean, it's too unrealistic. It's not sellable. I mean, so But
that's why sometimes we get so much into the analytics of things, and it does help us out. But it's human beings out there playing.
Yeah,
it truly is. Like you can tell somebody, hey, like, this is what it's going to look like. And they do it a lot during practice, the practice squad. Hey, you're going to have to play it just like this. But that's never how it is in the game. Mm-hmm. And so when you get into a game as a young quarterback, usually you're looking for what the coach told you earlier. And when it's not there, you panic. But that's just a human thing where you're playing this game where anything can happen. At any given time, it's a long 60-minute football game, penalties, a bunch of breaks. And you find yourself on the other side of it, and now it's a mile-high magic where you win, and you scored 33 points in the fourth quarter.
One of the things we talked about a lot today on the show was how they can get that fourth quarter regularly. We talked about 4 players that Sean should highlight and really use the heck out of, and then start to add some layers. And in this order, J.K. Dobbins, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims just played in 53% of the snaps yesterday. It's only the second time this year he's been in the game for 50% of the snaps. Why? What's the reasoning there? Evan makes some sense because he was dealing with some stuff. Yeah. But why aren't you using a guy like that? We said it earlier. Cease is now questioning R.J. Harvey, but was big on R.J. Harvey figuring out at this point. If he's going to get 2 carries and go nowhere, and Sean still thinks there's 4 or 5 carries into that dude, give him to J.K.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't J.K. just get those same opportunities?
You got to trade for a back. RJ's not cutting it. What? 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Remember your thing, yeah.
I said it
That's
in
right,
6
Zach.
weeks. I will judge R.J. Harvey differently. It doesn't take forever for a back to do it. You did it immediately.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
it took
yeah.
about week 6 for you to
Yeah,
get
for
going,
sure.
but like week 6, he's judged differently now. This isn't Jahdae Barron. I give him 3 years. R.J. Harvey, I gave him 6 weeks. Now a couple weeks in, he's kind of stinking.
So tell me this. So you rather trade for a back than maybe trade for another receiver, another piece?
You don't
on the
need another
outside for both?
receiver. You need
I'm
another
just
back.
asking, because Zach is gun hold on trading for a back.
Well, I say to the receiver question, Sean Payton has a pile of toys over here that he can't even clean up properly. Why would we continue to add to a pile?
Right.
Somebody watched his nephew this week.
Yeah, I was with you. You're right. You're right. But you know what I mean? He can't even handle the responsibilities on his plate right now. Why would we add to that?
I think they need to call Muji of the Jets and try to trade for Breece Hall. He's never had a 1,000-yard season, so he's not going to break the bank. He's in the final year of a rookie contract. The Jets are winless. They're going nowhere. You don't want to extend a running back if you're in this window of time where, like, you have
Start overtime.
for the same reason the Raiders probably should have drafted a more fundamental piece when you're rebuilding, is for the same reason why you don't probably not want to extend Breece Hall. And I think it just makes a lot of sense. The relationship's right there. You could use him. Dobbins is a 1-year rental. He's going to go to the highest bidder after this year. He's young, Breece Hall. I think it makes a lot
They're
of sense.
number one in the AFC right now, in the AFC West.
Yeah.
Do you want that to fall apart if Dobbins has to miss time? Because that's what would happen.
But what would happen if something happens to Court?
They're in
He's the
some
one
real
out there
trouble, too.
making a big
Yeah.
time.
They'd be in real trouble. If they lost either of those guys, this team would
We
be in
talked
real
about it.
trouble.
We talked about it, Zach.
Hey, real quick before you go, I heard you mention the Nuggets media game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 3 goals. MVP, foul the hell out of people, and then
And
make
another
one,
goal you
one
can't talk
person
about.
specifically cry.
So, I heard you say I want to foul some media members.
Yeah.
But you're playing with the media.
Oh, that's right. We're playing against the coaches.
You're playing against the coaches and their support
Foul
staff.
your own guys.
I'm probably going to foul my own guys.
So I just realized within the last hour that I'm invited to this thing. Had no idea.
Well, it was in our email, and it was like,
I did not see
Yeah,
it. I did
yeah.
not see it. It wasn't an obvious thing that said, and so
Damn, guys, I didn't make the cut. I'm too short.
I've been asked about this by a handful of people.
Yeah.
You should be out there.
And
You
so
should come.
I get a text today from Brandon Cristal less than an hour ago. And he's like, hey, are you going to be there tomorrow? Nick O'Hare says he hasn't heard from you. That's the head of PR, Nick O'Hare.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like, what? I'm not invited. He goes, no, you're on the email list. And I go and check. So I may be there with you tomorrow.
Nice.
I may. We're going to see if we can figure it out here behind the scenes. But like, how many opportunities are you going to get a chance to play against J.J. Barea?
No, never.
Against Jared Dudley?
Right.
Have you
And
done
we
this before?
need you.
Never.
We need you on our team.
Yeah,
So
you got to represent the fan.
You got to represent the fan.
I would like to. I played hoop for the first time in 4 years this past weekend and got out of it unscathed, and I had
Now
a
you
great
have the
time.
Confidence is
And
oozing
so I'm like,
out of you, man.
I think I might want to
we
play
should
in
have had a
tomorrow.
fan team in that tournament,
Yeah.
though. Why didn't they invite
I'm
the
mad at
fans?
those guys. And remember who I'm going to foul? Now you know.
Hey, we could talk about that off the air. but yeah, I may see
Real
you
quick.
down there tomorrow.
So this is the
You
second
should.
time they've done it, and then they stopped for
They
for
stopped.
pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
But we go through like a full workout with Felipe and everybody down there, and it's embarrassing for all of us. You're a real athlete, so it might not be embarrassing for you, but like vertical test, side to
Whoa.
side tests, like they put us through it. You have to shoot threes from the 3-point line of the NBA.
Yep.
We did a little knockout game, all that good stuff, and then we scrimmaged each other last time.
Okay.
So that's where I'm getting that from.
Oh, okay.
We picked teams, and it was media team versus media team.
I think the Nuggets were inspired by what happened in Boston.
They were, yeah.
And because the coaches beat up on the media 57-4, and I think they're like, yeah, we could do that to our guys, just like keep them in check.
Sons of-
So, and they probably will, because I don't think even as media members, I'll put myself in it, that we understand just how good some of these former player
Yeah.
development guys
Yeah.
were, and these assistant coaches, and so.
If I have to guard J.J. Barea, it's going to be a long day for me.
Oh, dude.
JJ's going for 30.
On a big NBA court too.
Yeah.
On a big NBA court.
Yeah.
So we'll see if
You
we
better
can
get
figure
your
that
butt
out.
down there. We need help.
We shall see. All right. What was our biggest takeaway from the most insane comeback in the history of the Denver Broncos? That's next.
after a busy offseason. Are the Denver Nuggets ready to make another run to the NBA Finals?
Right now, with this roster and an engaged Jamal Murray, I don't think there's a group of 5 basketball players in the world that can beat the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series. I don't think it exists if these things go right.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And if you're looking for fine jewelry or a great timepiece, just like I was, then why not shop where some of the world's leading designers are sold? Williams Jewelers helped me find my new Tudor watch, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And if it's not a watch that you're looking for, any type of jewelry you want, they're going to have guaranteed. And they're going to treat you just like family the minute you walk through those doors. And they're not going to pressure you at all. They gave me the time I needed to make the right decision for myself, and looking at this beautiful watch on my wrist today, I made a great decision because of it. And starting from one little store in Inglewood, Williams Jewelers has fought their way to the top and now have 2 locations and have become one of the largest fine jewelers in the country. So when you step foot into their showroom, like I said earlier, you're going to feel just like family, and their service reflects that. They are dedicated and they're going to work hard to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also on Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive. Perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Are joint pain or injuries keeping you from living your best life? I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. We don't believe in one size fits all. Instead, we create personalized stem cell treatment plans using your own stem cells or donor cells to help regenerate joints, repair torn muscles and ligaments, and restore mobility. For a limited time, get 10% off through October. Don't wait. Book your free consultation now at DenverRegen.com. That's DenverRegen.com.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that O'Mara owns GMC on 104th, and now it's time to check them out?
That's right, and O'Mara GMC announces the lowest lease payments of the year. GMC Hummer, just $549. Sierra 1500, just $479.
Lease a GMC Hummer for only $549 a month, or a Sierra 1500 for just $479?
That's O'Mara GMC on 104th. OmaraGMC.com.
Stock SZ167052 and SU104091. See the website for complete details.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, October 20th, the day after one of the single greatest comebacks in the history of professional football. Woo! I still, as I sit here today, cannot believe that it happened. What up, Phil?
What's going on, man? Let's start the show by this. I told you I wanted to do the song. And we finally have a reason to do the song.
Oh, yes, our little let's bow, let's bow, let's bow, let's bow, let's bow.
Man, it's been long.
Holy moly. I mean, goodness gracious. The Denver Broncos were not just a comeback story yesterday. They were the talk of the sports world yesterday. I know when my phone is blicking off with people that I have not heard from in whether it's a year, 6 months, father-in-law, uncles, like wow.
Like, congratulations. Like, thank you. I didn't play, but, I'll take it.
It's just
I was
that
out there
was
fighting for my life.
one of the coolest sporting
Yes.
well, I'll just say it like this. It's one of the coolest things that I've ever seen happen in sports, ever.
No, I mean, I think that's something that everybody can say. Truly, like the Denver Broncos made history. 33 unanswered points in the fourth quarter.
Well, not unanswered. Not unanswered.
That's true.
Giants were answering back.
33 points in the fourth quarter. Is that better?
Yes, it is.
33 points in the fourth quarter, Zach. I mean, come on. Come on. You can't make this up. Demaryius Thomas and the ring of fame for him, the Super Bowl 50 team. I mean, there was a lot of emotions going into that game, and then you find a way to have this exciting ending. It sucked that the first three quarters sucked, but that last quarter, that fourth quarter where you throw your four fingers up, that's all that mattered, and we were able to pull it out, man. Amazing.
Just incredible. What is your, as you sit here today, what do you think your biggest takeaway was?
Yes, I sat at the computer thinking, smiling to myself. Now, although my man had a rough three quarters, yet again. You know where I'm going with this. Yet again. The biggest takeaway for me when the Broncos are now 5-2, sitting 5-2, is Bo Nix is our franchise quarterback, Zach. Bo Nix is our franchise quarterback. And the reason why I'm saying that, no, it wasn't pretty for a third straight week where Bo is just dicing people up.
That's an understatement. I mean, it was the ugliest football that on the slate yesterday. So bad. So bad.
Hey, but it's all about winning.
Yep.
It's all about finding a way to win when it matters the most. And Bo Nix is doing that. He's giving you a chance to win. He's going down there in the fourth quarter, putting up the points. Now, it's not all him. Defense is doing their thing. People around Bo Nix, offensive line is doing their thing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But he's giving us that chance.
Yep.
Yesterday during that game, Bo Nix had 4 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, two in the air. He was one of the bigger reasons why we won, on top of other things that had to go on.
I think it was the biggest reason.
Well, I would say Justin Sternat was the biggest reason to jumpstart things.
Because
if you
I
don't
disagree.
Get the interception,
I agree.
You know what I mean? You probably don't win.
I agree with that. But if you account for 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, you're the biggest reason why.
All right. So you're on my side.
I mean, it's the first time in NFL history a quarterback in any quarter has thrown for 2 touchdowns and ran for 2 touchdowns. It's never happened before.
And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for your quarterback to come up big for you. What makes, and I'm not comparing Bo Nix and Patrick Mahomes. They are not the same. But what makes Patrick Mahomes great? You know in the fourth quarter or when it matters the most, he's going to get it done. Josh Allen's the same way. You know he's going to get it done. He did it this year, the first game of the year against the Baltimore Ravens. Found a way to win that one.
Yeah, I think he threw for like 295 yards in the fourth.
Well, right now when it comes to fourth quarters with Bo Nix has 6 fourth quarter comeback wins. 6 of them in his career so
incredible.
far.
And it's still so early. Yeah. The fact that he has 6 is really incredible.
In 2024, he came back against the Jets, the Browns, the Colts. Should have had the win against the
Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. That one, you don't count that one. They end up losing that one.
Yeah.
In 2025, the Eagles, the Jets, and then yesterday against the Giants. So when you're able to put those together in the first 2 years, and the season it's just beginning. You're going into week 8. That's a franchise quarterback. Now he needs to work on a lot of stuff. We all know that, and we're gonna pick him apart and build him back up. But that's my takeaway, Zach. My takeaway. Phillip Lindsay's takeaway is Bo Nix is our franchise quarterback.
Well, I mean, he was brilliant in that fourth quarter. But his shortcomings were also part of the reason why they produced literally 0 points.
Yep.
Like, literally 0. And so, like, I'm so thankful that it happened the way that it did. And, I mean, Bo just caught a groove there in the fourth quarter. He was playing free. I mean, he was playing free. You see the first 3 quarters, he just looked so tight again. But in terms of you're circling back to our debate from 2 weeks ago whether he's a franchise quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So I would just say this, and at the time, just to paint the picture here, I was saying, no, you have to do more to earn that label. And I don't think yesterday was brilliant. Yesterday was a supernova. Okay, that it was insane. It was psychotic. It almost felt psychedelic in that fourth quarter. I felt like I was back at the Tom Petty show in 2007. I mean, just freaking holy smokes. But for the same reason that I gave pushback a week and a half ago when we had that conversation.
But you have always agreed that you believe he will become one.
Yes, yes, I would put my chips on him. Yeah. I would bet on him. But I still think in to have that label. Well, I disagreed with he currently has that label because of what was lacking. Do you remember? The consistency.
Yeah.
That's what's
four quarters of really good football being played just throughout the 4 quarters.
Yeah, and like you're going to have bad games, but I'm saying like from game to game. We've had basically 3 good quarters of offensive football in 7 weeks.
And yet we're 5-2.
It's incredible. It's incredible, but it's also not because of the offense, and we know that. We understand that. So, like, what held me back from giving him that label after a year and change is the same thing that would hold me back giving him that label after yesterday, because it's just a microwaved version of what I was trying to say. You can't have, like, we're a 4-hour show. We cannot mail it in for 3 hours and then at 5 o'clock be like, all right, here's the real version of us. It's like, no, like you're gonna lose in the ratings and you're gonna get fired. So for the same reason that I would say a week and a half ago, man, he's got more work to do, is the same reason why today, although I am in awe of what happened yesterday in the fourth quarter, I still can't join you with that
Zach, come
with
on.
that permanent label. With that permanent label.
There's a seat right here. I'm dusting it off. Come sit right next to me, buddy. Enjoy the ride.
Oh, dude, I'm enjoying it.
Enjoy the ride.
And that's the thing. I am enjoying it. I'm having so much fun with this season. I'm not ready to, because that title is a permanent title. And if you stop the game after 3 quarters or left, like a lot of people did, I mean, my gosh, what a sick feeling. And I know some people are just cool with it, but like, what a sick feeling I would have personally if I left that game.
You spent a lot of money. A lot of the people out there, not a lot, all of them are spending their hard-earned money to sit there and watch this game. And then they leave.
Oh man, I just can't imagine. I would be sick. I would be sick. I am enjoying the ride, and I am not there with putting a permanent label like franchise quarterback on him just yet, because of 75% of what I saw yesterday. That was brutal, Phil. I mean, it was brutal to watch. And then the fourth quarter happened, and it was like just again a dream. It was.
But this time, when you're talking about brutal, it wasn't just the offense. I mean, we can talk about the defense at times. It was like,
sure,
defense, what are you doing?
Sure.
Now, there's context to it.
Yeah, there is. But
we'll talk about it.
But if we're just talking about the offense and Bo Nix, the offense had 116 yards through 3 quarters. I mean, it was bad. You agree with that, right?
Oh, I agree. But that's why you play 4 quarters.
I understand.
That's why you play. Put up the 4s right now, Zach.
We'll put up the 4s. We'll put up the 4s. Through most of the afternoon, Broncos country was enraged. But with who? That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there as we come out of the weekend. You know, oftentimes it is that weekend where we let our hair down, okay, and, get cozy and intimate with our partner. Guys, do not let erectile dysfunction harm intimacy. That could have devastating effects on a relationship, all right? Your own self-image, your own self-confidence, and even your partner can begin to blame themselves. Guys, don't let that happen. ED is a medical condition, and like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about success rates with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic treatments that have well over 90% success rates. Over 90%. All right, they've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. So schedule a consult with the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. There's no downside. They have an expert staff and 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Did you know that I actually have some psychic abilities? Yep, had a new client come in the other day to get signed up, and she said, Dan, they've already made me an offer. And I said, well, let me guess. It was $1,500. And her eyes got real big, and she said, Dan, how'd you know that? And I said, let me take another guess. When you said you weren't sure, they said, okay, we'll offer you the maximum amount allowed of like $3,500. The client couldn't believe what she was hearing. But let me let you know in a little secret. I'm not a psychic. I just know all of the insurance companies' dirty little tricks. They use these tricks to put pressure on you so they can get off the hook cheap. At 303 Law 4040, we're here to make sure that they play fair. We're going to make sure you get feeling better and the insurance companies pay what's right. Call us at any time. You can speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Attention Denver and Colorado Springs. This is a can't-miss real estate buying opportunity Saturday, October 25th. 35, 50, and 105-acre ranches starting at just $59.9. The ranches have big mountain views and utilities like electricity, high-speed internet, and county-maintained road frontage. All just minutes from Colorado Springs. 35 acres, just $59.9. 50 acres, just $89.9. 105 acres, just $149.9. This is your chance to buy a huge piece of land in the booming Colorado Springs market. This is not an auction. The prices are set and the ranches are priced to sell in a single day, Saturday, October 25th. Call our friendly staff for more information or to book your appointment. Call 866-CO-RANCH. That's 866-CO-RANCH. 866-267-2624.
Sunday is Family Fun Day with Denver Women's Soccer. DU will host South Dakota on October 26th for a Summit League showdown. Postseason is just around the corner. Every second, every save, and every cheer counts.
could come right here. Chidiac chips it in. Headed toward goal, and Denver strikes.
Cheer on DU Women's Soccer October 26th. Grab a ticket online now.
International Hot Rod Association and Durana Hybrid, where the roar of the engine meets the torque of the wrench. Building champions on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets at ihra.com.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Through most of the afternoon, Broncos country was enraged. Oh, man.
They were angry.
Oh, man. I mean, it was mostly frustrating to watch.
I feel like we say this every week.
Well, Phil.
Every week we say the exact same thing. We just record it.
I mean, dude.
We're recording it today.
I mean, dude, like, seriously, we kind of do this every week.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense is as inconsistent and disjointed as any offense in professional football.
But then when it matters the most, they find a way.
Yesterday.
Well, against the Jets, they did. Against the Eagles, they did.
Yes, they did against the Eagles for sure. The Jets game was hard to watch mostly as well.
For sure. For sure. All three of the games were hard to watch for 3 quarters at least.
Yeah.
3 quarters until the very end where it gets a little exciting. You come back or you have that game-winning field goal, and you go from there.
Well, man, Sean Payton, you know, half of my timeline on Twitter. Twitter is still the best place to be on a game day, is it not?
Oh, the drama.
I mean, it's hilarious.
The drama.
I mean, it's truly hilarious. But half of my social media feed was crushing Bo Nix, and the other half was crushing Sean Payton. And at halftime, I actually put a poll out. I said, obviously, there's plenty of dirty hands here. But what would you say is the single biggest reason for the Broncos' failings on offense? Got over 1,800 likes, so a proper sample size. And 74% said.
Let me guess. Mr. Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Now 20% went to Bo Nix, 6% to something else. And like I said in the tweet, there's plenty of dirty hands. It doesn't look that bad for 3 quarters when it's just one person's fault. But what did you think of Sean Payton's day yesterday?
It was inconsistent. Now, this is not all on Sean Payton, though, Zach. That's the thing. This is why it was hard to think about this, like, for Sean. Because throughout this year, Sean has done a great job of scheming up open plays, and yet the players, specifically Bo Nix, is not executing. But then there's times where it's like, Sean, what are you doing? Why are we doing so many damn screens?
It's unbelievable. I've never seen it.
Zach, screen plays are meant for you to build up to. They're setup plays. As you get going, as you get some type of rhythm, maybe the pass rush is so intense that's like, hey, we can get them with a screen. But when you start a series off with a screen, or if it's 3rd and 10 or 12, and yet you go with a screen knowing that you have to pick up at least 6 or 7 yards to make it 4th and manageable if you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Right.
But you do a screen. I'm understanding what Sean Payton is doing when it comes to the screen game. And then there's other things that Sean needs to clean up. Like, the identity of this team needs to be running the ball. And let's start the game off by running the ball. Not 3 passes in a row. You go 3 and out and have no rhythm. You put your defense on the football field. J.K. Dobbins had 81 yards yesterday on 14 carries. And honestly, he had that 32-yard break, but he was actually running tough.
He was.
He needed more carries. He's a build-up running back where it's like, hey, as he goes, he's going to get stronger. The offensive line will get stronger. You will make it easier to convert on 3rd downs. It will be 3rd and manageable as long as you hand that ball off. But yet, Sean Payton still does not obey his eyes, and he will not do it. He will not stick with the run long enough to kind of build some type of rhythm, some type of chemistry, and build off of that, Zach.
Phil, he was averaging almost 6 yards a carry.
But yet Sean doesn't want it to be that way. He is so stubborn right now when it comes to his offense.
I'm telling you, he is. I'm telling you, and it's going to cost them. I think it already has.
The penalties and Sean Payton being stubborn are going to cost the Denver Broncos a couple games this year if he doesn't get his act together and obey his eyes. You can still pass the ball, Zach.
Yes.
You can still have your fun and be creative, but hand that damn ball off.
You know how many times Bo Nix passed the ball yesterday?
It had to be over 45 times. Over 45.
Attempted 50 passes. Jackson Dart attempted 33. Bo Nix attempted 50. That was more than double the number of rushing attempts. And a couple of those are not design runs. They're just reaction runs from Bo Nix. So it's actually even greater than that. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to cost this football team. And it could have yesterday. Like, I'm pretty sure on the Dobbins series when he had that 32-yard run, they get down, I think it was to the 2-yard line.
Don't even bring it up, Zach. Well, yeah, actually, you need to bring it up. Go ahead.
You remember he completed the pass, I think it was Troy Franklin on the right side. And you're on the 2-yard line. And, again, you're on the 2-yard line. And they threw it back-to-back times. I mean,
well, they did that at the beginning when they first got to the red zone. Remember
they
when
did
they
on the Cortland Sutton screen?
Yes.
And yes.
It's like, dude,
I'm telling you,
this
Phil.
Running back, give JK, who was 215, maybe even 220 pounds. He's a tough runner. He's a running back that gets downhill. He got you to the 2-yard line, and yet you don't give him an opportunity?
I don't get it, and I don't think there's anything to get. There has been so many times in this season already through 7 weeks where Sean Payton feels like a high school football coach and his son is the quarterback and he will do anything to get that kid's name in the paper.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's starting to frustrate not just us that we continue to come in here and we talk about it, but it's the fan base now.
Sure.
It's J.K. Dobbins. I guarantee you. Yes. And you know what? Maybe we should. Maybe. And I don't think he'll say anything because he's a team player. But I know how these running backs think. I know how these players think, Zach. You do too. When you have a chance to score a touchdown and be able to do your dance, and yet you don't get that opportunity because somebody has an obligation to get somebody else the points or get them going, that sucks.
It does.
But that's putting somebody in front of your team. That's what it looks like.
See, and I'm telling you, how many times have I said in the last 8 weeks the phrase agenda football?
At least 10 times.
Agenda football. Sean will let an agenda bleed into the game day operation. And we saw it yesterday multiple times. You're on the 2-yard line. Who gets the credit for the touchdown shouldn't matter. And the last person that it should matter to is the head football coach. Because the head football coach is going to get the win or the loss. All the other guys get the stats.
He's not a head football coach. He's not just a head football coach.
You're right. You're right. And you want to know what's crazy? I'm going to point to something that's crazy that I can't believe happened into a microphone after the game. Hang tight, it's next.
After getting walked off twice in the first 3 games of the season, the Broncos walked off the Giants and claimed first place in the AFC West. Say it loud, Broncos country. Let's go Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. Default terms at mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Catch a ride with EV and Auto. Catch a ride.
Oh no, it's the attack of Zombie Auto.
Deals. Auto wants deals.
Well, good thing Foundation Chevrolet has the best deals during Truck Month. Like the all-new 2026 heavy-duty Chevy Silverado. Ready to haul tons of candy this Halloween season.
Auto loves deals.
Treat yourself to a tricked-out truck from Foundation Chevy, and together, let's drive.
Visit FoundationChevrolet.com and catch a ride.
Happy holidays, Colorado.
Dave, come on. Isn't that a little early?
No. Who wants to wait for savings? No one. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed 5.81 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% rate fixed for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Our trademark lowest rate for life program allows you to lock in savings today, and if the market does improve after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. This is the best program in the industry. Plus, our holiday bonus, no payments until January of 26, and access up to $15,000 cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us and start growing your business today.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
By reacting to yesterday's thrilling win, and we got talking about Sean Payton, and you know, this is such a crazy day to be doing this job, because there is so much awesome stuff to react to, and we kind of led our show with that. Yeah. But there's 3 quarters of really, I mean, just exceptionally bad football, and I mean, we're in the third quarter, or at the start of the fourth quarter, really, and the Tim Tebow comparison's starting to get drawn on social media. And I'm telling you that there's so much meat on this bone. I can't wait to continue to comb through it throughout the afternoon. But we were talking about Sean Payton, and I do not believe Sean Payton had a good day yesterday at all, again. And I think his play calling is, like, hyper questionable.
Would you say it was inconsistent, or just flat out he did not do a good job of calling the plays yesterday? I say inconsistent because of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but the fourth quarter he had to do stuff that he doesn't want to do.
Which is what, run the ball?
No, he was running more tempo.
Yeah.
And that means there's less substitution patterns. So you're not doing your personnel packages out there. Mm-hmm. You're running tempo, which Bo Nix likes, which he doesn't necessarily like. And in the press conference yesterday, he was reviewing the game, and he's like, in the fourth quarter we have to go tempo, no, he didn't say tempo.
Hurry up.
We have to be on the ball. No, he said we have to go 2 minute in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I don't want to hear about tempo. He didn't even take a question on it. He got out ahead of it. So does Sean love his personnel groupings? Yes, he does. Does Sean want to go tempo throughout a game? No,
there's a change up to Sean.
Yes, and by the way, I'm not advocating for tempo throughout a game. That's not sustainable if you do that every series. Ask Chip Kelly. But like, it's one of these things where when they had the most success, Sean was doing stuff that he naturally did not want to do. That's not to say that he didn't have any good play calls before the fourth quarter. He schemed up the Garrett Bowles touchdown. Now,
what are you doing, Bo?
Hold on, let's put a pin in that. There's so much to get to here. Let's put a pin in that. We'll circle back to it.
Yeah.
But when we were talking about, I said it has felt too often that Sean Payton, it feels like he's calling a game and he's a high school coach and his son is the quarterback and he'll do anything he can to get his son's name in the paper.
What they call it, daddy ball.
Yes. And the last time I made that sort of analogy was in 2022 with Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett, because it felt like Hackett, everything was about Russ, to the point where he literally said that into a microphone, it's all about Russ. But when you're calling back-to-back pass plays from the 2-yard line, all right, that draws my ire and has me saying what I just said.
What about the start of the game? 3 passes in a row.
Insane.
The first 15 and you throw 3 passes in a row, go 3 and out. What are we doing?
But this is not new. This has been a persistent issue since the start of the season.
Yeah, Sean's not new to it. He's true to it. He's going to pass the ball.
But I'm telling you, after the game in the press conference, so Sean is very upset in the press conference, again, for a second straight week. Broncos win. Sean is pissed. Here is a sampling of the first 10 seconds of the presser.
There are a lot of things that we're still doing, particularly offensively, that trouble me. We'll get it fixed. We have to get it fixed. So any questions?
So it was actually, he went on about a minute. That's about 10 seconds of the first, minute. But he was really frustrated, and rightfully so. I mean, his offense has a long way to go. But I wanted to bring this up because you said he's not just the head coach. And I said, but traditionally, the head coach doesn't matter who gets the credit. A touchdown is a touchdown.
Just get the touchdown, get the win.
The coach, the only stat the coach is going to get is a win or a loss. The players, share the stats. But this case is different. And one of the things that stuck out to me after the game was in the press conference, and Sean Payton is asked about the Justin Sternad play.
Who, by the way, he's a backup right now. Justin Sternad, shout out. Got his opportunity, took it and ran with it. First interception of his career.
Yep. Just what an impactful play that was. I mean, just an absolute definition of a game-changing play. This was Sean Payton on the Sternad pick.
Holy cow. When he first caught it, I thought there was a 40 on their team, and then thankfully they were in white and we were in orange. Twofold. It was a turnover, but it was also put us, it's like a double whammy. You get the ball and then you get it there. That probably was the difference in winning and losing the game.
Okay. There's more to that clip than meets the ear. And I love our guys behind the scenes. We have an incredible team here behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And there's Dante and others, but you hear from Dante. You get to hear Dante say, there's another group of hardworking dudes that we have here behind the scenes that caught up audio that you don't necessarily hear. And these guys are awesome. But our guy Joseph, when he cut that piece of audio, cut out the first little thing that Sean said. And I'm watching the press conference. You know what Sean said about the Sternad interception? The first thing that he said, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Come on.
By the end of the quote, he's saying that play probably won us the game, but you had to get 11 questions into the press conference to reference Sternad because you got asked about it, and your answer led with, I forgot about that.
Well, you know why that is, though.
He's
clouded. His mind is so cloudy.
Yes,
he
Phil.
is so frustrated right now.
Yes, Phil.
That he's not even paying attention to what's going on the football field.
He's obsessing over the offense, but he's the head coach.
Zach, but you see it. When the defense is out there, and maybe the cameraman at times will point at Sean. Sean's not looking at the game. He's looking at his play call sheet, talking on the mic with Davis Webb and maybe Lombardi upstairs to figure out what they can do to get into some type of rhythm. He is not paying attention to what Vance Joseph has going on or the defense is doing out there. All he cares about, like you just got done saying, is how they can move the football when they get another opportunity.
He has got to do a better job. And the Broncos are, man, what a game yesterday. What a comeback. What a record through 7 games. 5-2 through 7. But man, oh man, if you think that this is sustainable against true contending teams in the AFC, it's not. And obviously, as Coach would tell you, from the time that you're in elementary school, you'd rather clean up these mistakes in wins. Obviously, that's true. They have a lot to clean up here, Phil.
They have a bunch to clean up, and I can't imagine what Sean Payton's saying to his offense right now.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't imagine. Actually, I can, because I heard Lil Birdie in there saying that people have to walk on eggshells right now in that building.
It looks like it.
You're winning games, but yet you're walking on eggshells?
Right.
Why is that? You just said it, Zach. The offense is not doing well. Bo Nix is not looking like a top 4, top 5 quarterback as of right now. Now, he's winning games. He's our franchise quarterback. Yes, Zach. But they're not putting it together.
No, they're not.
Offense, Sean, something is not clicking there. And over time, if this continues to happen, you may end up losing the offensive side of the locker room.
Defensive side of the locker room.
No, defense is going to say, I'm talking about the offense, because now the offense is like, Coach, you're telling us we're doing all this stuff out there and we need to do this. But when we get to the red zone and we want to maybe run the ball to make it easier for our quarterback or make it easier for our running back and our offensive line just to get downhill, and yet you won't do that. You're preaching one thing, but your actions are showing differently.
Right.
And you're showing us that, hey, you care about one guy, but you don't care about the team. And then, of course, the defense, like you just got done saying, the defense is going to be talking a little bit.
Yeah.
Because all they care about is winning.
If the wins stop coming.
If the wins stop coming.
Yes.
It can get a little ugly.
Yes, because it's so well, let's talk about the defense.
Let's talk about them.
Let's talk about Vance Joseph's defense. His side of the ball yesterday, allowing 32 points to a rookie quarterback. Where are we at with that side of the ball? And we also will circle back and hear from Sean Payton. Was this a coming-of-age moment for Bo Nix, or are the Broncos and the offense on borrowed time? We're going to have 25 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with the delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with the Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away just like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Cherdak from Denver Regenerative Medicine. When it comes to healing, there's no one-size-fits-all. Every patient receives a unique treatment plan designed just for them. We use either your own stem cells or carefully selected donor cells to treat degenerative joints, torn muscles and ligaments, and even back injuries. Our goal is lasting healing without unnecessary surgery. And right now, we're offering 10% off treatments through October. Schedule your free consultation today at denverregen.com. That's denverregen.com.
For more than 52 years, Colorado families have trusted Gravina's Window Center of Littleton to protect their homes. And today you can do the same with 25% off Infinity from Marvin windows. The fiberglass windows built to last a lifetime and flexible financing and 0 down. There's never been a better time. Call 303-794-0490 or visit windowsforyourhome.com. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, the family-owned company Colorado counts on.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Holy moly, we still have so much to react to after the Denver Broncos pulled off one of the most improbable comebacks in the history of sports.
Let's go! Or should I say, let's bow?
You can say let's bow. I mean, goodness gracious. And that's a literal statement when I say it's one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sports, where your win probability in the fourth quarter was 0.02%. 0.02.
Yeah.
The Giants had a win probability at the same time of 99.8%, and they lost. I mean, it's absolutely remarkable, and we have the rest of the afternoon, the next 3 hours, to break it down. Before we get back on it, the Fan Flyway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. Here's what you get. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500. These have been just insane, okay? It's one of the best packages that you can get in, like, the history of sports radio. So for more information and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you entered one of our previous Flyaway contests, you're good. You're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for one Flyaway, you're entered for all future Flyaways. Okay, let's talk about the defense, and then we'll circle back and hear from Sean Payton. What did you think of VJ's side of the football yesterday?
The defense was very inconsistent. There were some high moments and a lot of low moments, and there's context to it. But just to go on the defense before I start to bring in the excuses, there's no excuse to go out there and not cover these receivers, especially when they don't have a number one. The Giants did not have a number one receiver, and yet they were open, way too open. And that comes down to communication. You have to find a way to communicate on the back end where it's like, hey, guys, are we in man? Are we in zone? We're bringing pressure. So if you can't get to the quarterback, which Jackson Dart did a great job of, I was amazed of how calm Jackson Dart was in the pocket. I thought he was going to do a lot more moving around, getting out of the pocket, running first.
Same.
And he kind of stood his ground and was able to pick apart the Denver Bronco defense when they brought the pressure on zone blitzes.
Yeah, outside of the pick, and obviously it was super costly, but I walked away pretty impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed. Now for the defense, it's about now you're playing zone, so understand where your zone's at. Understand that if there's a guy in your zone, you're going to have to pick him up. There are way too many times where you had DBs looking at each other or safeties looking at each other like, who has the man?
Yeah.
It was a major breakdown, a major meltdown when Jackson Dart had his first touchdown of the game. We had the tight end streaking up the field.
Yeah, Daniel Bellinger.
Yeah, and people wanted to get mad at linebacker Alex Singleton, but that wasn't on Alex Singleton. Alex Singleton is a linebacker. This wasn't man. This was zone. That means that Hufanga needed to stay his butt in zone. He's the last line of defense. So if there's a bomb, he's the one that's taking care of it. If there's a guy on a streak route,
it looked like he bit down.
He did. He bit for the fake. All right, Jackson Dart was able to get out the pocket. So now it's like, hey, it's kind of a scramble drill mode, and you have a tight end wide open in the end zone. So overall, it was very inconsistent. But just like Bo Nix, when you needed them to step up, they did. Justin Sternad having that interception kind of lighting a fire up under the Denver Broncos and kind of the big reason why you started this comeback. And then being able to make certain plays here or there, get a couple sacks, get some pressure on Jackson Dart when it mattered the most. That was the defense for you yesterday.
Well, 32 points to Jackson Dart and the 2-4 Giants at the time, now 2-5. Not ideal. Not ideal. It was actually the first time that this defense had given up. I want to make sure this is right. I think it was the first time the defense gave up a touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Or at least 4 games. It was the first time in 4 games is what it was, that the defense has allowed a fourth quarter touchdown. Man, when the Giants had that double deflection, because the Broncos had just scored on a deflected pass, and really a pass that was like ill-advised. Bo trying to squeeze it in there. Sutton wasn't open, trying to give him a shot. I get it, but it bounces up to Troy Franklin, and then the next series, the football gods say 1 for 1.
You can't make it up,
and they go running for another touchdown. I'm like, yeah, this is just not going to happen for the Broncos today.
For that tight end, it was the right place at the right time. And I did. I tweeted it out. I said, when it rains, it pours. Like, this is just not our day, especially defensively, where it's like you can't stop this team. Yes, Scatterboo, that's running tough, and he was able to break a couple chunk plays off. The screenplay was well set up. That's when you run a screenplay, Zach. That's when you go with screens, when you don't think it's coming. All right, and you have a defense that's trying to get to the quarterback, and all of a sudden you dump it off. Not Sean, who wants to do a screenplay on every single play.
How many screens do you think got called yesterday?
I'm going to say at least 8. At least 8, maybe 10.
I think there was more than that. I would have guessed 12.
It's okay, 12.
I mean, that was
too many.
That was extreme.
No, it's like screenplays, like I said earlier, they're set up plays. You get into some type of rhythm, you get a defense back on their heels, and now all of a sudden screen. And you have an explosive like the Giants were able to have with Scatterboo. They were able to, it was like the element of surprise, like you don't know what's coming. Scatterboo was able to get the screen, make something out of it, touchdown, and now they have the momentum. And so for this defense, it was just one of these days where it's like, dude, we need you to stop somebody. We got to get some turnovers. You end up getting a turnover at the end there. But early in that game, like, give us some more momentum. But this is where the excuses come in for the defense. When you have an offense that has 6 3-and-outs. Okay, 6 3-and-outs, has 1 turnover on down and 6 punts.
God, that was bad ball. God.
At some point, your defense is gonna bust.
Yeah. Well,
they're out there. They're tired.
But I'll say this: it started to happen so early in the game, though.
Well, for the defense?
Yeah, like that busted coverage to Bellinger, I think was on the second or third series of the game.
But what happened in the third series of the game? It was a punt. It was a 3-and-out, then it was 5 plays and a punt, and then it was another 3-and-out or 5 plays and a punt. That means you're keeping your defense out there. That means they're not getting a rest. And the Giants were able to maintain some type of drive. Even if they weren't scoring, they were driving and taking some time off the clock and being physical. Then when all of a sudden you get them off the field, your offense goes out there, they lay an egg or they don't do their part. Now your defense is right back out there.
Gotcha.
And all of a sudden, you look up and they give up a chunk play because, one, they're tired, they're frustrated. Things stack up.
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
I don't want to let them off the hook. I really don't. I
can't do it all, Zach.
I know that's a part of it. Obviously, that's a part of it. But, it was massively busted coverage in the first quarter of a game. On the Cam Scattaboo touchdown, he was untouched.
Yeah. It was a great play design.
On the yes, it was. On the Tyrone Tracy touchdown, 31-yard touchdown, he was untouched. I mean, it wasn't a good day for the defense. Is that fair to say?
That is fair. I'm not going to fight you on this. It was not a good day for the defense. But you can't look at the offense and say, "Oh, they helped them out."
No,
the third quarter.
no.
And so when the defense is like, "What do you want us to do?" Like, we're tired. They're driving on us. They're physical. They're making plays. Penalty-wise, the defense had 12 penalties for over 120 yards.
I mean, dude, this is the most undisciplined team in professional football.
Yeah, they are.
Phil, it's bad. And it's getting worse. I mean, 2 of the last 3 weeks, the Broncos have had in the 100 variety of yards given up by penalties. And they're oh, God. I mean, you're talking about Pat Surtain's one of the most penalized players on the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, it can't happen. It can't happen.
Offsides on PS2, holding on Zach Allen, offsides on Benito on a third down, new series for the Giants. Defensive pass interference on J-Mac on a third down. When the Giants are backed up, you give them new life again. False start in the 2-minute drill. You got a 10-second runoff because you're not lined up right. We talked about Broncos are one of the league leaders in pre-snap penalties.
There you go. You sustain drives. The offense sustains the drive. They keep moving forward. You're giving them another 4 chances to make you pay, and the Giants did that. And then all of a sudden, your offense goes out there and goes 3-and-out. Now you're back on the football field.
Crazy.
You try to do it again, you get a stop, and then all of a sudden, a penalty. Like, it can't happen, or you're going to find yourself on the other side of it. On the other side of the win column, you're going to be on the lose column.
Yes, I can't believe that it hasn't cost them. Against Philly, I think it was 122 yards in penalties for the Broncos yesterday, over 100.
Everybody's doing right now. Everybody's
living right?
Living right. They're doing good at home.
Defensive pass interference on Barron when the Giants were backed up in a 2nd and long scenario. Moss with a personal foul face mask. Garrett Bowles with the best sleeper hold I've seen since WrestleMania 6. Now it's 1st and 20. John Franklin Myers roughing the passer after the 19-yard catch late in that fourth quarter. I mean,
and then the Riley Moss one at the end.
That one,
that's ticky-tack.
That was just an awful call.
Yeah.
And I hate spending time on officiating because it's like it's going to even out in the end. But when you mess with the competitive fabric of the football game, the way that official did, the official right next to the play didn't throw the flag. It comes in from the opposite side of the field, and it's just like,
they need to be held accountable.
What are we doing here?
Start fining them. They fine all these other players $66,000 for lowering their head. Like, fine the refs when they have a bad call.
That was awful.
Stop them from making bad calls.
I mean, goodness, in that situation,
just let them play. Just let them play.
I mean, goodness gracious.
We're not here to see the referees. We're here to see the players.
That was awful. And that was the sequence where Sean came out on the field. So again, like, you're talking about like an undisciplined team. The head coach, how many head coaches have you seen come off the sideline and be in the middle of the field?
I'm not going to lie. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it, Zach. I was like, come on, man. Like, you got to fight for your players.
Dude, it was so crazy that I may have a conspiracy theory. I may.
Here we go.
It was best for the Broncos, for the Giants to score that touchdown. to leave enough time on the clock. You knew they were getting the ball at, what was it, like the 2-yard line.
Yep.
So when you have that short a distance, it's halfway distance to the goal. Was Sean playing chess, knowing that it was actually best to leave the most amount of time left on the clock?
I love it.
And say, let me just take this personal foul, get them closer to the goal line, let them score. So because I'm telling you, if Jackson Dart doesn't score that touchdown and they have another crack at it, the Broncos are winning the game.
Well, if that's the case, though, just let them score. Don't even bring your defense out there.
I literally said it to my wife. I said, it's best for they just score. Just let them score right now because they're at the 1-yard line on first down. And so, like, you need them to score, and they needed every second to come up and clock it. I'm talking about the Broncos when they got the ball back. Now, again, I haven't heard that theory today. So I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing
chess,
it.
Not checkers. I love it.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Oh yes, I see. I see what you're saying. Sean just wants. He wants to make it all about himself. But when he does that, sometimes he's right.
Here's why I actually don't believe that, because if he actually did that and it worked, he'd have been the first to tell you.
Yeah, I know.
He'd have been the first
He would have been
to
smiling.
tell you.
That'd be the only smile on his face.
Oh my gosh!
When you talked about that play.
Oh my gosh! Here is Sean Payton talking about Bo getting it going late.
He got it going, and he started smiling, and he just all of that. It was exciting to see. It just went back and forth. I said to him, when you do this long enough, you'll be in 5 or 6 of those games.
Well, hopefully we're good on those for now, for a while.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with those. I loved it. It was fun. It was exciting in the moment.
It was so fun.
But let's get back to playing Broncos football and just win games. Be more aggressive when it comes to running the football.
Yeah.
And defensively, let's get the sacks. I like that. I like that version of the Denver Broncos better.
Well, I think it fits their natural profile. Here is Sean talking about going through a long season here.
You don't realize that your season's in session and you're going and you're playing, and you don't know you have to race to improve, and because you're going to look back, take any of these champions, and there's going to be these moments of, I'm sure if you guys grabbed that team season and just went through the stretch, that's why we try to find the right players to begin with. That's why we try to buy the most expensive hurricane-proof players that we can.
All right, what an interesting way to say that at the end.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, we need guys around here that when it's stormy and it's hailing and the gusts of wind, and I know the guys to the left and right of me are like fighting to the death. And that's, obviously there was ineptitude through 3 quarters yesterday and some really, really bad football. But you have got to take your hat off to that group. They did not quit. And they were down. I mean, Bo talked about it. We'll hear from Bo a little bit later. He's like, the morale on the sideline was bad. And it's matching the energy from the crowd.
But to be honest with you, I'm glad that he was honest about it.
Sure.
Because sometimes you can lie. Like, we knew all along that we were going to come back, and we stuck by each other's side. Like, that wasn't the case at the beginning.
It was not.
And usually it's not.
Did you hear PS2?
Oh, I heard PS2. He was not. He said he lost hope.
Yeah, I don't have the audio here with me.
He was real. He said, hey, to be honest with you, I lost hope.
Yep.
And that's something that
Unreal.
happens when you're losing. Like, you're down big in a game. You're going into the fourth quarter. This is where I was saying offensively and defensively, when you separate them, the defense starts to get angry at the offense. Maybe the offense gets mad at the defense, and you kind of have to separate. When it's like, come on, guys, we have to stay together. It's hard to do that when things are not going right for you on offense and defense at times.
Well, I know you guys have heard this stat today, or maybe some of you haven't, but it's just so incredible. I have to repeat what's already been said here throughout the day on The Fan. NFL teams had won 1,602 consecutive games when leading by 18 points in the final 6 minutes of a game. It should be like impossible. That should be an impossibility to come back and win that game. And the Broncos did exactly that. Their 33 fourth quarter points were the most points in the fourth quarter by any team that had been shut out in the first 3 quarters in NFL history. So basically think about it as the greatest single game turnaround in the history of pro football. That's what we saw yesterday.
And the Broncos are the ones. Wow.
It's just insane. And in addition, the Broncos' 33 points in the fourth quarter is tied with the Cowboys going back to 2022 for the second most points scored by any team in the fourth quarter in the history of the sport. So, like, when I say it's one of the greatest comebacks ever, it's a literal statement. That's not me being hyperbolic or over-exaggerating and excited here on a Reaction Monday. It's actually what happened yesterday.
You know, Zach, I didn't ask you. You asked me about Sean Payton and how you felt like he did as a play caller. Those first three quarters were horrible, and it's been that way. There's a trend with Sean Payton in this offense. As of right now, when you have this pie, the blame pie.
Yep.
How much of it goes to Sean, and how much of it would you give to Bo? As of right now, you know, you're going to week 8. Things need to change. I'm hoping that they change. They should change.
Yeah.
But it's rough watching these games.
It really is.
Offensively,
It really is. Yeah. I'll say, I'll say Sean is 40%. Bo is 35%.
Ooh,
So is that
really
so? What is that? 75%, 40 plus? Yeah,
Yep,
75%, and then I'll say the 25 other percent is on the undisciplined nature of the team. Now, if you want to say, hey, that's on Sean too, I could hear that argument. But also, we have to remember the number of mistakes and drops. So on the first series, Sutton jumps. He doesn't need to jump. All right, it's going to hit you in your chest. You don't need it in your belly button. Stay on the ground. RJ Harvey steps out on the 6-yard line on a kickoff.
Oh yeah,
it's like, dude, like that's.
Can I explain? Like you probably know this, but like for the listeners out there, what RJ was trying to do, and he did a bad job of it. But what you're taught to do as a kick returner is if the ball is still in play, but you can get your foot out of bounds, you have to establish your foot out of bounds before you catch the ball. So one foot has to be out of bounds, and the other foot has to be in bounds. And if you have both feet established, then when you catch the ball, it's a penalty. Because what ends up happening is if you think that it's going to go out of bounds, but it doesn't, and it stays in bounds, well, now you're trying to scramble to get the ball, and now you either get hit at the 5-yard line or something happens. But if you establish your feet on one in bounds and one out of bounds and you catch the ball, it's a 10 or 15-yard penalty.
On the kicking team.
On the kicking team.
Because they technically kicked it out of bounds.
Yes.
Okay.
They technically, kicked it out of bounds.
Okay, so one, I just learned something new about a special teams rule. 2, I don't think that's what happened.
No, he tried to do it. That's the only reason you do that.
Really? Because it looked like he was established in bounds, caught the ball.
That's where he went wrong. He's sitting there instead of saying, hey, let me get my foot established first, boom, boom, and then look up. He's thinking like, hey, this ball is coming fast. Let me just think my foot's out of bounds and catch the ball. And then you end up going out of bounds after you catch the ball, and now you're sitting there at the 7-yard line. I guarantee you, Zach, that's what happened.
You may be right. But it was a mistake regardless, right?
It was a rookie mistake. Huge mistake that could have cost you.
So between that and Sutton jumping unnecessarily on the first series, you had Atkins drop a ball on 3rd down that was put right on the money. Troy Franklin caught the ball, and he got it punched right out. I mean, and that in my book counts as a drop.
It is.
I mean, you had Evan Ingram drop a ball on 3rd down as well. That was, again, put right on the money. So I think that to answer your question, and if you're just joining us maybe 3 minutes ago, Phil said, hey, what percentage do you put on Sean? What percentage do you put on Bo? I will say 40% on Sean, 35% on Bo, 25% on the rest of the team for lack of execution and undisciplined nature.
I like it. I didn't think of it like that. I kind of just went 40% Sean, 60% Bo, because he's the quarterback. You're the guy out there. I'm calling you the franchise quarterback. Well, that means that when plays break down and things don't go right, it's on you. Players make plays, players win games. Now, coaches put you in good situations, and they have to help you out, and this is where Sean needs to help Bo out by running the ball, by taking it out of his hands sometimes, by setting plays up with the run game, and then going back with the play action and taking shots. Can we see a couple more shots downfield, Zach? Please?
And
that's where it's like, Sean, like, stop hiding Bo.
That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yes. It's like, why are you hiding this man? Are you nervous? Can he not do something that you want him to do? Can he not throw the deep ball, which we've seen before? Why are you hiding him with these screenplays? Just let him go. Let him succeed or fail. We need to find out who he is. I believe he's a franchise quarterback. But yet your own coach, Sean Payton, won't let him open up and throw the damn ball.
Well, I'll say this.
He'll throw it 50 times, but downfield.
Right, yeah. We just don't see it. It's among the lowest rates in the NFL of downfield passing. And now I will say this. There was times where Bo had a receiver long, Troy Franklin specifically, right sideline on a third down where he's open. Like NFL standards, he's open.
Yeah.
Bo misses him long again. And that's been a theme here, Bo missing receivers long. So we're like streaking in that department. It's been about 6 consecutive weeks where Bo has missed receivers long. But I'll say this: I don't like the how you feel like you need to go to a trick play on the 2-yard line on the Bulls sequence. That being said, that was perfectly dialed up, and Bo wants to put it on a line to an offensive lineman. Dude, lollipop it to him. Let him see it all the way in, and he gets a pass batted, which was a real theme of yesterday as well. 5 different passes got batted down at the line of scrimmage. To me, that's eye discipline.
No, that is. That's a Bo thing. That's a quarterback thing. Your eyes are telling the story. You're looking at your receivers instead of looking them off. You have to do even your mechanics, like speed up the process, because defensive linemen, they're looking at your eyes, they're looking at the mechanics, and they're like timing things.
Totally.
Zach Allen does a great job of it.
Yep.
You go through the week and you practice timing of these quarterbacks. Bo is not a 6'5" quarterback either, so he needs to get the ball out faster. And now you are right about that play in the red zone and Bo. That was a well schemed up play that should have been a touchdown. But even if the ball wasn't batted down, Bo Nix threw it 100 miles an hour. I don't think Garrett Bowles, who's not a receiver or a tight end, is catching that thing.
Right. He's got all the tape and stuff on his hands, and next thing you know,
GB like diving for the ball.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you think you're Justin Jefferson?
oh my gosh, he dove for it like he dove for that one ball carrier. Remember a couple of years ago when he was like featured on SportsCenter of like the fake effort? But yeah, Garrett Bowles was laying in the end zone like his body was being outlined in chalk, just laying there.
He had to come out. For
I know. And they have to run it the other way because it's like, oh my gosh. It was
just lob it up, Bo.
I'm telling you,
just lob it up.
Oh my gosh! But in the end, there's the phrase. See if I don't screw this up. All is well that ends well, and there was a lot of bad football, just dreck, but it ended in a 33-32 comeback win, and just historic in every way that you hope you only see once in your life. I don't want to live through that again. As euphoric as the end was, that is a one and done for me. So, all right, you want to react to any of that conversation? We would love to hear from you on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. What was the most underrated moment or player from yesterday's comeback win for the Broncos? That's next.
Bo Nix and the Broncos snatched victory from the jaws of defeat and took down the Giants with a thrilling come-from-behind performance. Nearly halfway through his sophomore season, has Bo shown enough to prove he can be the next franchise QB in the Mile High City. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour, so the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving up scratch-made food and pouring cold drinks every night after dark. Come experience the best late night in the league any day of the week, only at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX, Rocks Heating and Air.
Do you know what employees say is their number one perk at work? Extra PTO? Nope. Gym memberships? Guess again. It's free lunch. And what's the best way to order food for work? EasyCater, a food tool built for the modern workplace. With online ordering from a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget, employee meal programs, and more. All on one platform. So perk up your workplace with EasyCater. Order now at easycater.com.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. So, do you think that there was a underrated moment or underrated player? You can really take any direction you want. That may not lead the conversation, but was instrumental in why the Broncos won?
Yeah, I'm going to give a little shout out to maybe we're thinking the same, maybe we're not, Zach, because you seem to love the running backs now. But I'm going to give a shout out to J.K. Dobbins. 14 carries, 81 yards. He broke that 32-yard run to kind of jump started. You were able to get a touchdown off that drive because of him having that chunk play. And you need to start running him more. If he runs 3 more times, he goes over 100 yards. Stop messing with that man's carries. Let him run. Give him the 18 to 20 carries. Let him take the pressure off for Bo Nix. Let him get things going. So I'm going to give a shout out to J.K. Dobbins, because without that huge chunk play, I don't think we score. We don't get down there in the red zone.
No, that was so huge. It really was. And he had another run on the left side that I could see developing, and he got tripped up. And I don't know if you know the play because I don't have the timestamp on it. Yes.
Nate Atkins.
Yes.
He was actually frustrated with Nate Atkins. He was like, dude, you got to get out the way. Now to defend Nate Atkins, he got cut. So when you get cut, your legs go in the air. And for JK, you have to know that he may get cut, so you have to be ready for it.
Sure. I mean, that would have been a huge gainer as well. Yes. It was a nice gain as it was. But yeah, I love that from Dobbins. We've been talking about this for about 3 weeks. I don't know where the Broncos offense would be without J.K. Dobbins. And it's scary. It's scary to think. And we can talk about that more in depth throughout the week. For me, I'll say a little unorthodox here. I'll go with, and I don't know how to say the dude's last name, Jude McCatmany, the kicker from the Giants. I mean, missing not 1 but 2 extra points, that literally changed the game.
Thank you.
I mean, the Giants scored 5 touchdowns. 5, right? And since the time that you're a little kid, you know that you score 5 touchdowns, that should be about 35 points. Well, the Broncos only get to 33 and win. But when you miss multiple extra points and then you have to run a 2-point conversion and don't get it, you're missing out on 4 points there. And so it's just that sequence, again, it's like a minutia detail, but if that doesn't happen, the Broncos either go to overtime or have to score a touchdown and not have a game-winning field goal from Will Lutz. But while we're right here, let me just give a hat tip to Will Lutz for his finish, because you do all that work as a team and then you leave it in the hands of a kicker. And I know people have been down on Will Lutz from the Colts game.
Yeah.
This guy is quite literally, and I know I said this after Indianapolis week because people were like, cut Will Lutz. Will Lutz is the most accurate kicker in the history of the Denver Broncos. Now, he might not be your favorite, but by the numbers, and the kicking game is very math-oriented. How reliable are you? By the numbers, he is the most accurate game-in, game-out kicker that the Broncos have ever had. And there he was.
You love them when they do well, and you hate them when they miss the game-winning field goal. For Will Lutz, he got another opportunity and took advantage of that opportunity, and we have to thank him for that. Will Lutz with the big, you know what?
I love it. I think it was a 39-yarder. I mean, look,
it's hard.
That's not some gimme. So tip of the hat to Will Lutz, and thank you to the Giants kicker.
1, 2.
Jay Norvell. Man, he staved it off for a week when they upset 5-1 Fresno last week, but it was probably only a matter of time, barring him going on a run. And he was shown the door this past weekend from Colorado State.
Yeah, Zach, what this is telling me and what it looks like is the people upstairs had their minds made up.
I agree with you.
No matter what, if Jay Norvell would have had, unless he would have went out there and got back to the bowl games and had a turnaround season, they were going to let him go. And so they're like, why not? Everybody else is firing their guys. Why not so we can start this search early?
Crazy. Billy Napier fired from Florida.
Did you see that one coming?
I mean, well, they've been talking about it for a while, and it was put out there as a rumor that like they're already making secession plans. And that was another guy who did Florida just beat? It was last weekend. They upset.
They were Texas.
Yeah. Excuse me. They beat Texas as a touchdown underdog.
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And again, like Jay Norvell.
They beat LSU, right?
Did they beat LSU?
I don't think they've played LSU yet.
I forget, but
they just beat Mississippi State though.
They
Getting
did.
fired after a win is
that's
very
crazy.
uncommon.
That's crazy. But again, like Norvell, I believe the people upstairs just simply have their mind made up, and it makes me wonder, like, who are they targeting? If you're firing a coach after a win, you are putting your foot on the gas in your next hire.
Well, it's not going to be Kirk Cignetti.
It's not going to be not going to be my Uncle Kurt. He's not going anywhere. I think he's getting like $11.7 million a year, fully guaranteed contract, by the way, for Cignetti. I wonder if Florida wants to hire one of two people: James Franklin or Lane Kiffin.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe John Gruden. But if you're firing a coach after a win, I'm speculating like crazy, obviously. But man, I think it might be James Franklin, because James Franklin said over the weekend he can't wait to coach again, and James Franklin got Penn State's program to the level that now they weren't able to win the big games, but I think Florida would switch places with Penn State over the last 8-10 years because they're not to that level yet. So I don't know, but this is going to be a wild offseason
James
of
Franklin
hiring.
said it when he was on with Nick Saban. He said it's the same mindset, just a different team now.
Yep.
So James Franklin is going to get another opportunity. Gruden, that's going to be an interesting one. Where does Gruden go if he wants to coach in the college level? Colorado State? Any takers?
I don't think so.
He was getting merchandise from him.
He was, and that's not any disrespect. I just don't think that Gruden would take that job. But, could it be the Arkansas job? Could it be? And I don't think this will be the case, but telling you what, if LSU can't get their you-know-what together, Brian Kelly may be fired. And that, to me, in my opinion, that's the biggest domino in college football right now. Is if Brian Kelly gets fired, LSU becomes the number one job in the sport. And I got to say this, dude, the folks in Tuscaloosa still want to fire my guy, Kalen DeBoer? Is that still a thing? That guy has won at every single stop, and it took a little time, but he went from.
Well, you can't give him the crown just yet. You said it took a little time,
dude.
If he loses next Saturday, everybody's gonna be saying fire him.
No. Alabama might be the best team in college football right now. This second.
No.
Phil, they just beat. Do we know that Alabama just beat 4 top 20 SEC teams in back-to-back weeks? Never happened before in the history of the conference.
Hey, they get the opportunity. SEC. Google Uncle Kurt. You know that more than anybody.
Love my guy, but I would.
That man right there in that team that he has going. I'm telling you.
He's the
Miami dropped the ball.
He's my personal favorite, but I'm saying that Alabama team right now, man, they could beat anyone in the country. They really can. They're playing as well as anyone in the country. And the quarterback there, Ty Simpson. I mean, wow. What a course correction for that young man. I love it. I love watching it. I know we're all big. And then, Dante, go ahead and talk your stuff. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dante.
Go ahead.
The Sun Devils did exactly what they were supposed to do and what I predicted to happen. They went in, hosted the number 7 team in the country. A lot of people were saying the runaway favorites for the Big 12 title team in Texas Tech. And ASU did what they were supposed to do. Got a little closer than it needed to be at the end. But all week, Phil and Drew were telling me.
No. I'm going to give you more credit than that. You were talking about this game before last week's game started.
Oh, before the season said we were going to beat Texas Tech. I said, and Phil didn't want to buy it, but I said Utah was a really bad matchup for us. Texas Tech is a much better matchup, and we're going to beat them.
And I apologize. I said, you know what? You're right. You were right on that one.
Has
next week.
Has Drew apologized?
He said his text in the group chat was enough, and I disagree.
Okay. Oh, man. What a crazy weekend of college football. All right. It was an all-time comeback for the Broncos, but there was something else that made it even more special. That's next.
What a roller coaster. After trailing for nearly the entire game, the Broncos offense erupted with a 33-point fourth quarter and sent the Giants back to the Big Apple with a loss. What can Sean Payton do to get his offense going before the final frame? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, gentlemen, I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Intimacy is a special moment when we feel deeply connected to the ones we love. And truly, guys, there are few experiences out there in life that are as wonderful as these. And I'm here to tell you that Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic are proud of the work they do in treating erectile dysfunction and other sexual health conditions that can come up. How many guys out there have a mediocre sex life? Is it just good enough? Or could it be really good? Nah, better yet, could it be great? Because all you guys out there deserve to have great sex. Maybe the pills are just working okay, but could they work better? Well, at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more. All I need you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99. This will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, AT and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. I don't want to hear it's too far or I don't know where to go. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and Athletic at Mile High Station on Sunday, October 26th from noon to 2:25 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game and enjoy orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Athletic. Athletic, all in, all game. Some things in life should never be trial and error, like do-it-yourself dentistry or messing with your home's electrical wiring. That's where Piper Electric comes in. They've been powering homes with expert electrical service since 1983. From simple fixes to commercial and industrial work. Need an EV charger? They'll plug you in without the sparks. Right now, get $50 off your next service. Call 303-422-9219 before you DIY yourself back into the dark ages. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life. I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now, it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour, October 5th, Ball Arena. Buy pre-sale tickets for City Card members Friday at 12 p.m. through Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, October 31st at 12 p.m. Get tickets at rush.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, reacting to yesterday's all-time comeback win for the Denver Broncos. You know, there was something that made it just more than football is how I could say it, man. Like, what an emotional weekend. Our show on Friday, the tribute to DT and some of the emotion that came with that show.
That was good.
And it was a very unique kind of show. Yeah. And
yeah, Brandon Marshall in person with us talking about DT, a little bit of Ronnie Hillman, and Super Bowl 50 team.
Yeah, it was a really unique show leading into a really unique weekend. And, you know, you have these legends coming, I'm going to say coming home, you know, and over 140 Bronco alumni in attendance. And the immortalization of Demaryius Thomas.
Sounds right to me. I don't know if you want to trust me.
Dante gave me the thumbs up. I'll go with Dante over you.
Oh, okay. Override, huh?
No, but the emotion, the special nature of it, a bit of the heaviness to the weekend that was sort of underlining the weekend, but also celebrating this incredible life lived and with DT's parents there. I mean, there was just a lot to it. So for the Broncos to have the greatest comeback in team history and one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history happen on that day, man, it was just like...
It was meant to be. Like, you know, it was meant to be. Now, I know some people out there, like, it's like, this is sports. This is football. It's not about the faith. But you have to have some type of faith or believing in yourself when things get rough, because what else do you have to lean on? Sometimes you don't have anything else to lean on but the faith and hoping that something good can come out of it.
And I've told you, I struggle with that in real life, not just sports. And, you know, I was raised very religious, and I just struggle with it. But man, I'm watching that fourth quarter. I'm like, God, there's something else going on here. That's what it felt like. It genuinely felt like there was something else at play, as if Demaryius was there.
33. Demaryius was gone at 33 years old, which is like, man, wow.
So young.
We scored 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Crazy.
Now, Cortland ended up getting 87 yards.
I know
to 88.
they corrected the stat sheet.
Yeah, but I will say this. For DT was number 87 with the Houston Texans right when he left Denver.
Oh,
yeah, he was 87.
Is that right?
Yeah, 88 wasn't available. He was 87. That was the next number, and he was there for a little while.
I forgot that.
Yeah. So it's like, if you want to use that,
okay, yeah.
I mean,
you know, it was just special. It's something, you know. Once in a while, I'll say to you, through the years, these games will blend together, and I'll mix up different things in my head and how things happened. But
not this one.
Not this one. I'll remember this one until my memory fades.
But the DT, you had the Super Bowl 50, and then honestly, it was the commotion, the talk online.
Yeah.
where it's like, man, are we getting ready for a Super Bowl? I mean, this is a regular season game going into week 7 against a Giants team that was 2-4 at the time.
Right.
Denver was 4-2, and yet people are going back and forth with each other like we're getting ready for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was a little weird.
It was a little weird. Not a divisional rival. No. Nothing actually happened. It was based off what they perceived as a slight to Jackson Dart, and then things just got different, got weird for professional football. You see this more in like the war of words and trading comments in college football, a little bit more than NFL football. And then you have the sheriff, in the house and speaking about Demarius and where his name would go on the facade and who it would be next to. I mean, listen to the emotion in Payton's voice here.
Well, it's it means a lot. And then, I don't know, today up there, also, where's it going to be?
Halftime right next to you.
No, I know, but the name, did I give bad information on where the name's going to be today?
Yeah, right next to yours.
Yeah. So the fact that it's going to be up there on the stadium next to mine means a lot. Because we were close, and he was so close to my family as well. So that means a great deal. So just seeing that at halftime, I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, I'll see it when everybody else is. But seeing his name up there next to mine at halftime, that'll be pretty special.
Man. I mean, you hear the emotion in his voice.
Yeah, he was getting choked up.
He was, and he kept it together in a way that I just know that I wouldn't be able to. It means so much. It means so much. And then when they pull the curtain up, and you see DT right next to Peyton Manning, and it just, oh my gosh, it adds a layer. Yeah, it did.
It's just like, dang, man, I wish he could have been here to see it himself. Now, of course, I believe that he was looking down on everybody, looking down at his stuff, his mom and his dad being there, and it was a great time. And it was a situation where we couldn't lose, and that's why we didn't.
It didn't feel like that for a while. And I have to be honest, man, I was like, man, if this keeps trending this direction, like, what if the Broncos don't score a point on this day? And when you have zeros with 15 minutes left on the clock, 0-0-0, quarters 1, 2, 3, it was going through my head. I'm like, man, this is going to be organizationally embarrassing. This is a Giants team who hasn't won a road game in 8 tries.
Yes.
A Giants team who has not won back-to-back games since the 2023 season. The Broncos have the longest home win streak in the NFL.
You have a bunch of talking going on online with Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper.
Right. And a rookie quarterback. I'm like, dude, if this happens on this day with these legends in the house and the honoring of this man, like, this is going to be embarrassing for the organization. And the fact that it turned into pure euphoria. I mean, just, you cannot make it up. You cannot. If you handed that script to a Hollywood director, you would hear, that's what you would hear.
Well, depending on how much money you're willing to give that script writer.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just, oh my God. I can't believe it happened. I cannot believe that happened. I'm rewatching it this morning saying, I still think they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, what was Bo Nix saying moments after the biggest comeback of his life? You'll hear from the young QB coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, Broncos country, happy Victory Monday. As you already know, football is back and summer is officially over. And that means it's all about the game days from here on out. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you know you need to get there on time and in style. And speaking of going to the Broncos games, you can get 30% off of your ride to the games with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All I need you to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention that code PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle all the traffic and parking hassles and let them get you to and from the game safely. And all you need to do is focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins and making as many memories as possible with your loved one and friends. So give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your ride today.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your new Dell PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you handle a lot when your holiday to-dos get to be a lot. Get yours at Dell.com/deals.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, hanging out with you, officially rolling downhill on a Monday as we are into the second half of today's show. What was Bo Nix saying after the biggest comeback of his life? Quite literally. I mean, and you can play NFL football for 15 years and never be a part of a comeback quite like that one. 33 points in the fourth quarter. it still doesn't feel real. Here is Bo. The question was, what type of legacy do you want to create on the heels of this game?
Never flinch, never back down, always in the fight. It wasn't pretty for a long time, and I mean, me included, we all were like, man, it's just not our day. We can't get anything going. And then it just takes a few plays and a few moments and a few guys making plays, a few, pieces of encouragement by guys, and all of a sudden you go and, I mean, I don't even know how we scored 33 points in a quarter. That's kind of insane, but it's just whatever we had to get done. We did it, and it was a full team effort, just play after play by guys. Now, you want to see it done earlier, but however, whatever it takes, by any means necessary.
I wonder how conflicted members of the offense feel today, the day after. Obviously, the fourth quarter was historic in every way, but how frustrated you were on the sideline. That the fans, look, let's be honest, the fans were booing the offense.
Well, the fans weren't there at the end of the game either. They said they had enough. Like, it's time to leave, and I don't blame them. I don't blame a fan for wanting to leave when it's 33-0. Or 26-0.
Was it that?
Yeah, because in the fourth quarter we scored our first touchdown at the beginning of the fourth. When JK ran the ball 32 yards, and they got there close, and it was the end of the third. They got the touchdown in the fourth, and then they went from there.
Okay, I knew it was 19-0 going into the fourth. But regardless, it's just
it wasn't good, and the fans decided, hey, they had enough.
Yeah, and honestly, I get it as well, and I'll say it like this: I go to maybe one Bronco game a year. I actually may be there this Sunday. We'll see against the Cowboys, but I go to one game a year. Otherwise, I like being at home for these games, and for several reasons. But I'm glad. Look, if I was there for it, it'd be a memory of a lifetime, but I'm almost glad that I wasn't, so I didn't have to make that decision. Because I have been someone in the past who would be like, hey, if this is curtains, let me beat traffic, let me go home.
Of course.
So I'm actually thankful that I did not have to meet that intersection of decision-making. Would you have left?
Yeah, I would have left.
You would have left your franchise quarterback?
Yeah, it
holy smokes, Phil!
You heard him.
Holy smokes! I never would have thought
it's
wow!
Like, hey, everybody has a bad day. Wasn't his day. I'm like, hey, I want to beat traffic. I want to go home. I'm probably hungry. I'm not paying $50 for a hamburger.
Oh, listen to this
guy. I was like, let me get home. But instead, the franchise quarterback said, hey, hold my beer. I have something else under my sleeve. Up my sleeve, I should say.
Crazy. Just crazy. Here's Bo. What was the feeling like as Will Lutz's kick was going through the uprights?
I lied. He's just, thank you, Lord, for putting me in that position and choosing me to be, the quarterback of this team and giving us the opportunity to win a game like that. And, Evan said it best in the locker room, man. He chose us for a time like that. And, very thankful, just very relieved. You win a game like that, it's like the best thing ever. My first time you sort of winning a game like that. So it was awesome. It was a great team win. Every side of the ball made a huge impact in the game at some point, and we just kept making plays and kept hope until the very end.
Kept hope until the end. Hope can be a powerful thing.
Very powerful.
And belief can be a powerful thing. We were talking about that the other night, this time last week with Colorado State, and obviously it aged poorly for Jay Norvell, but like a week ago, when you're facing 5-1 Fresno, you shouldn't be in that game. Your starting quarterback's been benched. Your play caller turns over his play. And then the kids just keep fighting and fighting. You get a win. This was that on steroids. At one point in the football game, when the Broncos were down by 18 with under 6 to play, you could bet the Broncos 60-1 to win the game. 60-1.
Let me guess. You bet the 60-1.
I did not.
No.
I didn't. I had the level of faith that Pat Surtain had. I did not believe that the Broncos
didn't have hope.
Now, at one point when they got down 13-0, I took them plus 4.5. I wasn't willing to go anything beyond that. But if you put a $25 bet down on the Broncos to win the game with 6 minutes left, you would have won $1,500. But I don't know many people who had that kind of belief. I don't know one of them, actually, that actually put their money behind, their belief in the Broncos.
The players even said it themselves that they didn't truly have the belief. Now you're playing in these games. You know you don't want to be embarrassed even more, because if you stop playing and the Giants go down there and drive it down your throat again and score another touchdown, now it's worse for you. So you still play this game. You find a way to get some type of momentum with Justin Sternad getting the interception. And I was like, okay, guys, let's chip away. Let's see what we can do with this. We may not end up winning, but let's see what we can do with this, and you move on.
Here's a little bit more from Bo Nix. Turns out, man, what we saw down the backstretch of that game has not been in the playbook for very long.
You know what's crazy is we installed it yesterday, and we the first live rep we got was what you watched. So Cortland Sutton's just the man. That's all I got to say.
Cortland Sutton is just the man. All right, little bit of breaking news right now. Little bit of breaking news on the Denver Broncos front. Have you seen this? Okay.
Nope.
This is coming across the wire here in real time less than 2 minutes ago. Ian Rappaport tweets, Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw just got back from an injury, was suspended without pay for 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct following Sunday's game against the New York Giants. What did he do? We'll tell you next.
After a 2-5 start, Colorado State has fired head football coach Jay Norvell. Read the latest news and information on the changes in Fort Collins at DenverSports.com. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little breathing room ahead of the holidays. It's possible when you call American Financing today. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call American Financing before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Colorado, here's the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
The speed here. Just got the news about 2 Dre Greenlaw just got back from an injury. He was suspended without pay for 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct following Sunday's game against the New York Giants. From the NFL, after the conclusion of the Broncos-Giants game, Greenlaw chased after referee Brad Allen and verbally threatened him as he tried to leave the field. Another moment after that tweet came out, it was Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network, unless I'm mistaken. I believe he still works there. He said, Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw has been suspended by the NFL 1 game for his actions towards referee Brad Allen after the team's game-winning field goal, and he attaches a video. And in the video, Greenlaw, I don't know what he was thinking. The kick goes up and through for Will Lutz, and Greenlaw chases down the head official while the rest of the team is celebrating, and Greenlaw sort of gets in his face. The official tries to run away. Greenlaw is running beside him, pointing and screaming to the point where the referee throws a flag after the game was over. I haven't seen that before.
No. Let me throw a flag. You should have threw it at him.
You know, I mean, so he throws the flag after the game is over, and it looks like it's Q Robinson, rookie Q Robinson. So you have a rookie. Yeah, that is Q Robinson. It's Q Robinson trying to get Dre Greenlaw under control. So a rookie trying to rein in a veteran player from berating the official. Is it the worst thing I've ever seen? Absolutely not. But it's also something that, Phil, you just can't do. And you just came back, and now you're getting suspended.
Yeah, to me, it's like, what are you doing? If you're Dre Greenlaw, you're just coming back. You just won the game in historic fashion, and yet you're going and running to find the ref. And I understand that they can make you mad. Like they do bad stuff. That was a bad call on the Riley Moss flag.
That was.
And something has to be done about it. Like we talked about before, Zach, like the referees need to be held accountable as well. Start finding them. But you run this referee down and say some stuff. I don't even want to know what he said to him.
Yep.
And you just can't do that, man, especially as more of a vocal leader, a guy that might have been captain if he would have been able to stay healthy, a guy that we acquired to be on the football field and paying a lot of money for so he can make those plays. And now he's going to be out for a game against Dallas, who's a really good team that's on fire right now, running the ball, and Dak Prescott passing the ball, and we need everybody to be healthy and ready to go.
Right. And so if Greenlaw is going to be a big part of the game plan, in 1 week against the top offense in the NFL, he may have just taken himself out of the game plan. Now, on the RamosLaw.com text line, the refs pushed him first. Now, what happens, watch the beginning of the video. Greenlaw is running from the sideline onto the field, right? And because he's not a part of the game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
And so the official's trying to get out of there, and it looks like Greenlaw, sort of bumps him going by, and the official, like, just sort of pushes him a little bit, like with his hand just sort of guiding him through. And maybe that's what Greenlaw took offense to, but you shouldn't really in that moment, because it looks like the ref's just trying to get out of that chaotic celebration pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one right here, it doesn't really matter. There's no excuse. Like, you're a player, or you just won the game. Don't go and talk to the ref. If anything, let Sean do the talking. Let Sean go and talk to the NFL board about how the game was and how they don't want that officiating crew for next week or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this right here, man, it's just undisciplined.
It is.
At the end of the day, it's undisciplined, man.
Well, I'm seeing here's some of the reaction here. Good for Dre. Brad Allen is a clown. Someone else. F them refs. Someone else. These refs need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
It's a lot of support for Greenlaw. And look, I get it. The referees, I did not think had a good day yesterday. I just don't.
No, they didn't.
But also, you can't run down an official and get in his face and start yelling and screaming and pointing at him. Now, Greenlaw is appealing this. Do you think he wins the appeal?
No, he is not winning the appeal. How that go is you're going to get on a phone call. They call it NFL court. And you're going to have to plead your case. You're going to have to go out there and explain. They have the video. So while you're talking, they're going to be watching the video. And it's not just one person. It's a committee. So everybody's sitting there on the phone with you, and they're watching the film. And you're trying to explain what exactly happened, what you did, and how you shouldn't be penalized for it. They're going to go back, and they're going to get everything that you say. They're going to get off the phone with you, and they're going to speak amongst each other on what they saw. They're going to get the story from the referee as well.
Yep.
They're going to come back and they're going to put their stories together and they're going to find out and figure out what should happen. Whether it's a fine, whether it's suspension, that's on them. And once that happens, it is what it is. So you hope at this point for Dre Greenlaw, you hope that they just fine you.
Yeah.
Give you a big boy fine. Maybe my guess it is $25,000 to $30,000. You're talking to a referee. The worst thing that can happen is you get suspended, which that might happen because I don't know what was said.
Right.
We don't know what was said out there. We just see the gestures, but like, what did he actually say?
Right.
That made the referee want to throw a flag when it was done.
Right. So did he say, you suck at your job, you tried to screw us and we won? Or did he say, I'm going to find out your address and send the hitters at you?
Keep one eye open. Keep one eye open, son.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't do either way. You cannot do it.
No, you can't. And look, I'm seeing a lot of support for Greenlaw.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to back your boy, but guess what? Your boy's not going to be on the football field now.
Right, against the top offense in the league.
But like, you can back your boy on the streets, but if he goes to jail, like, are you going to support him then? The phone calls are going to stop going his way. You're only as good as the next game that you play. And right now, Dre Greenlaw is not on that field. If he's not on the field, then how is he helping us out?
Yeah.
How's he helping this defense out?
Well, Denver Dave said the head ref has nothing to do with the PI call. It was thrown by the back judge. You're probably right. I don't know if Greenlaw is upset about the calls that went against him or if he actually perceived the ref sort of like pushing him a little bit to get out of the way as like.
Well, the referee's the white hat, so he's the head man in charge. So everything goes through him. Every time that they huddle up as a crew, they have to talk to him. And then he kind of gives the go ahead or like the okay to go along with the penalty, or maybe you need to pick the flag up. So for Dre Greenlaw, it's like, I'm going to go to the white hat because that's the guy that's in charge of everything.
Yeah. Someone says, hey, didn't Sean Payton run on the field after the defensive pass interference call? He did. And I think that, and if you're just joining us, Dre Greenlaw has been suspended for this upcoming week after working so hard to make it back for a game, but he ran down the official after the game-winning field goal and apparently threatened him. You have a coach who is doing something insanely undisciplined as well. I have not seen, at least this year, or recently, in recent years, a NFL coach run onto the field during the course of play the way that Sean Payton did after the defensive pass interference on Riley Moss. I put out a conspiracy that maybe he was doing it on purpose to get penalized and get closer to the end zone and have the team score on him to allow the Broncos more time left on the clock. That's just a theory. I don't actually believe that to be true because Sean would be the first one to tell you that he won a game of chess.
Sean was in the moment, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was heated. He was upset.
He was.
And it was a game-changing play.
And so the team is undisciplined, just in general. They're the most penalized team in the sport right now. They just are. It's hard to watch at points. You have a coach who, is undisciplined in his own right, running onto the field, and Sean's got his history.
Yeah.
So this isn't like Sean's got baggage, and this may be part of the reason. If I could go double conspiracy.
Oh, here we go again.
Why Dre Greenlaw is not getting let off the hook is because the league is deciding. And the league, Roger Goodell, is not a fan of Sean Payton's at all. So, if it's a tie, that could go to or go against rather Dre Greenlaw because of Sean's checkered history with the NFL.
And I like that one. I like that thought process. They're human beings, all right, and you like who you like. And if you just said Roger Goodell is not a fan of Sean Payton, like, why is he going to help him out when now he has all the power? Go ahead and slap that suspension on Dre Greenlaw because he's a big part of this, or supposed to be a big part of this defense. And let's see what the Denver Broncos do without him going up against Dallas. So it is things like that happen.
All right, we'll see how it all shakes out. Dre Greenlaw announced within the last 10 minutes suspended for the Cowboys game. We'll see if his appeal actually goes through. Okay, what was our biggest single takeaway from one of the most insane comebacks in NFL history? That's next.
After getting walked off twice in the first 3 games of the season, the Broncos walked off the Giants and claimed first place in the AFC West. Say it loud, Broncos country. Let's go Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
It's holiday season again, which is great, but also a time of great stress. Planning and paying for friends, family, bills, gifts, etc. can make what should be the best time of the year into the most stressful. At U.S. Mortgages, we want to help reduce stress and debts. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed, 5.81 APO.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. If the market improves after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Lower your bills and stress, save money, and no payments until January of 26. Plus, access up to $15,000 in cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here. Colorado Joint Replacement is part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest healthcare providers. They offer innovative hip and knee replacement surgery with expert, compassionate care. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have 2 things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. And the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off.
Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Baseball season's heating up, and so is Twin Peaks. The bases are loaded, the beverages are cold, and the views always scenic. Catch every pitch at the #1 sports bar in town. Who are you rooting for? Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
And it is a beautiful day after the Denver Broncos pulled off one of the great comebacks in NFL history. That is a literal statement, not an exaggeration. Broncos 33 fourth quarter points, the most points in the fourth quarter by any team that was being shut out in the first 3 quarters in the history of the sport. Just another way to say it, it's the greatest single game turnaround in NFL history. And I know you guys have heard the stat throughout the day, but it's so fun to read, so I'm going to read it again. NFL teams in the position that the Giants were in yesterday, with an 18-point lead, 6 minutes left in the game, were 1,602-0. It's just, it defies logic. It defies the odds. The Broncos had a 0.02 win probability at one point in that fourth quarter, with the Giants having a 99.8% win probability. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It's not adding up. But you know what? This is why you play the games. This is why there are human beings out there that are having to score touchdowns or stop touchdowns from happening. And you look up at the end of the game and you have something like this. Historic, fun, energizing, must-watch TV. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to players have to understand that they're entertainment.
Right.
And this was a great ending to this movie for at least week 7.
Yeah, for at least week 7, man.
7.
I mean, goodness gracious.
I'm good with the movies now. I'm done with the exciting endings of the cliffhangers and all that. Like, let's just win games.
Yeah. What do you think your biggest takeaway was? Your single biggest takeaway?
I don't know how much you're going to like this one. I mean, you believe, so it doesn't matter. But, like, as of right now, I feel like I'm on my own island when it comes to old Bo Nix. Let's Bo.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, you
got half the folks with you.
I need more than half.
Well, keep going. And we'll talk about it. What was your biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway, one, the Broncos are 5-2. We should all be happy. We are all happy. 5-2. Come on, guys.
Incredible.
Everything's out in front of us. With that being said, the other biggest takeaway of that game was Bo Nix is our franchise quarterback. He's doing the things he needs to do. It was an ugly game yet again. But one thing we talk about is, can you finish the game off? Can we win that game? And yesterday, we were able to win the game because of Bo in the fourth quarter. 33 points in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix was able to get it done with his legs, in his arms, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 in the air. You have to love that. And this isn't the first time Bo Nix has come back in the fourth quarter and won a game. Bo Nix has 6 fourth-quarter comebacks in his career so far. He's not even done with year 2. In 2024, he beat the Jets, he beat the Browns, he beat the Colts in comeback fashion in the fourth quarter. Would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead if Alex Forsythe, you know what. Then you go to 2025, that's now. He's beaten the Eagles, he beat the Jets, and the Giants. Now, of course, it's a team. Everybody has to do their part, and a lot of this is because of the defense.
Totally.
But Bo is making sure that he leaves his presence, right, is being felt at the end of these games, whether it's moving the ball to set up for field goals or scoring a couple touchdowns to help win the game, like in the Philly game. And this is why, moving forward, Zach, you need to call Bo Nix the franchise quarterback. I dusted the seat off for you.
I need to.
I dusted the seat off for you. Come here, buddy. This is your last chance.
It's not my last chance.
Yes, it is. This is your last chance to get on the franchise quarterback train, or I'm leaving you.
It's you. You can leave me.
Oh!
You can leave me. I have no problem with you. You leave me. But I'll say this. Obviously, Bo was brilliant in the fourth quarter. It's the first time ever that a quarterback has thrown for 2 touchdowns and ran for 2 touchdowns in a single quarter. Pick a quarter, any quarter. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's brilliant. But because you're hearkening back to our conversation from a week and a half ago, where we were going back and forth, does Bo Nix already have the title franchise quarterback, or is there still work to do? And the reason that I said that there was still work to do is because he is wildly inconsistent. And I think that's what separates franchise quarterbacks from everyone else.
But isn't franchise quarterbacks, they're inconsistent at times?
They can be.
You know, like Patrick Mahomes last year. They were winning games, not always because of Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, dude, you're citing
That's
a team that
true.
went 15-2 as a reference.
But also the defense was a lot of the reason. We would come in here and say the defense is the biggest reason why the Chiefs are winning that year.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to disrespect Mahomes.
Okay, well, you just did. So
I don't want to disrespect Josh Allen. And
you do that
Jackson.
already too.
They've done it way too many times. Their resume speaks for itself.
And that's why I just can't quite label Bo as a franchise quarterback right now. Do I believe he'll have that title? I do one day, and I hope I'm right about that. But for the same reason that I couldn't get there a week and a half ago is the same reason I can't get there after yesterday. And because basically what yesterday was taking the larger conversation about Bo's inconsistency and microwaving it and reducing it down to one game. There was 3 quarters of football that was so bad, and it's not all his fault. I'm not here to say that, because football's the ultimate team game. But it was 3 quarters really, really bad, like some of the worst offensive football we've seen this year.
Just like Philly, too, though. That was 3 quarters of bad football.
It was, but that's a part of it. We have seen basically, I don't know, like 4 really good quarters of football. 2 against Indianapolis, a quarter against Philly, and a quarter yesterday.
And yet we're still 5-2 with everything out in front of us.
Yes.
And that should be very scary, because what happens when Bo Nix puts it all together? When Sean Payton puts it all together? When we're able to have a game where the offense, defense, and special teams on the same page? Is this team unstoppable then?
Yes, like if that happens, but that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
I mean, the team has been maddening. Like think about this. The Broncos had 16 offensive possessions from the second quarter in London last week through the third quarter yesterday. 16 possessions. That's a lot of possessions.
It is. It is.
The Broncos produced 3 points across those 16 possessions, 12 punts. They gave 2 points to the other team in the form of a safety, a turnover on downs. I mean, so you're talking about over the course of 16 possessions, the Broncos put together 3 points. And it's too.
But they're winning. Isn't the name of the game winning?
I understand, but this thing.
It's not just the defense, though. You can't say in that game yesterday it was just because of the defense. A play for Justin Sternad helped swing that game. But after that,
Bo was if you were going to say, hey, what was the single biggest reason why they won the game? I would say Bo Nix. Bo Nix was great in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But for the first 45 minutes, it was really hard to watch. And so he has got to find a way to unlock a more consistent brand of football before I say, hey, you have the label franchise quarterback. Because I put the poll out a week and a half ago, and I forget how many votes it was on
like
it.
16 or 1,700.
Okay, so it was a proper sample size, and you couldn't make it up. It was literally 50-50. And my guess is if I put that same poll out today, it might not be 50-50 because the Broncos just won like a legendary comeback.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not alone here. I mean, he has got –
You might be alone.
I don't think so.
You might start being alone here because when you look at this game and there's context to it, yes, Bo Nix needs to get better. And Sean needs to help him out. Not just as a play caller, but as Sean Payton, the teacher. Teach Bo Nix. Explain things. Don't just say, hey, this is a bad play. Don't do this again. Why? Why shouldn't I do this again? What should I do? Be a problem solver. That's something that I hope that Sean's doing now, where it's like, let me sit down and teach you what I want done. Why this doesn't work. Don't just say it doesn't work, because I've been in rooms where it's like, hey, Phil, like, you can't do that. Okay, coach, why can't I? I know I can't do it. Like, obviously, it didn't work, so I can't do it. So what can I do? Help me out. Help me help you, but help me out so I don't do this or make the same mistake, and I can get better, and I can move on from here and grow.
Well, I'm just not quite there yet. All right, I'm just not quite there yet.
That was your last chance.
It's not. I am moving. I told you this a week and a half ago. I am moving with this conversation at the same pace that Bo is. You've just raced ahead. You're already at the destination. You're waiting for Bo and me. You're like, he's already arrived. He's arrived.
If Bo's sitting there with me, we're just waiting for you.
Bo is.
And everybody is at the end of the day, we just want what's best for this football team. It's not the Bo Nix, the Bo Broncos. It's the Denver Broncos, and Bo needs to be a big part of it because he's a quarterback.
But you want to know what, man? I'm gonna give you some pushback on that, and the source of my pushback comes from a place that shouldn't be, and I'll explain my thought process coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to Colorado Buffaloes head coach Deion Sanders, who was in so much pain just a few weeks ago, he had his shoes off on the sideline and then told the media that he had blood clots. Well, he got a procedure on those blood clots and is feeling much better and has already returned back to practice and will be back on the game day sidelines for the Buffs' next game.
And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver. And I'm here at Step Denver once again, sitting down with Nico. Nico, thanks for sitting with us. If you don't mind, just tell us what brought you to Step Denver.
I was having some legal issues. One of the big things that brought me to Step Denver, though, was I recently got diagnosed with a mental disorder. It's called schizoaffective disorder, and it was really clashing with my drug use. So I knew I needed to do something. So I went to rehab, and then the rehab sent me here to Step Denver.
How are you feeling today compared to the day before you walked through the doors?
I'm coming up here on a year of sobriety, and I just feel real good. I got a job, and I'm just feel like my life's back on track. I'm trying to get back into college and just trying to do some real positive stuff and realizing like my full potential without drugs, you know what I mean? Drugs and alcohol are always kind of hindering my potential.
And real quick, what would you tell someone who's considering doing what you did and coming to Step?
I never been to a lot of other places, but I know that this place worked for me. It's real structured. Yeah, I'd say try it out. You know, you have nothing to lose. If it don't work out, you can always find someplace different. There's a lot of other places in Denver that will tell you, but this is one of the best in the country I've heard.
Nico, I really appreciate you sharing that with us, and thank you. If you are someone who is ready and willing to seek help, call now or visit stepdenver.org. If you'd like to give, donations are also accepted at that same link.
stepdenver.org.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. We've been voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm for the last 3 years in a row. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Snow is coming and Silterhar Motors is ready, stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. Only at Silterhar Motors, buy a 2025 Broncos Sport for only $25,999 or lease for only $299 per month. Silterhar has the top selection with over 1,000 new and used vehicles available to choose from 5 different brands, all at one location. See their complete inventory of new and used vehicles at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors, get everything you want out of a dealership.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks Heating and Air.
Saturday is not just another game day. DU men's soccer takes the pitch against ORU for their final home game of the regular season, November 1st, with postseason right around the corner.
Here comes Denver. There's a shot and a goal. Transition play. Bryce Willoughby. Denver strikes first.
The stakes are high. Every goal and every roar from the stands matters more than ever. DenverPioneers.com. Buy now.
Hey, it's winning season in Colorado, and now your home can score big too. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is giving 25% off Infinity by Marvin windows. That's a bigger win than competition's small plays. With 0 down, no interest financing, and windows built to last decades, not seasons, you'll be set for the long game. Call 303-794-0490 or visit windowsforyourhome.com. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, your home team for windows that last.
Your favorite song shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go! Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silterhar Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, let's continue that conversation. We were just talking about Bo Nix and, you know, just kind of where we're at with Bo after, I mean, the yesterday's game, I don't think came close to solving whether Bo Nix has the official title of franchise quarterback because of how just insanely checkered it was.
But he's winning.
He is winning.
Win. Isn't that what you want, Zach? You want a quarterback that can help you win games? It's not going to always be the reason, but you want him to help you.
Let's get back to that here in about 12 seconds. The Fan Flyaway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. Here's what you get. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500. For more info and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you entered one of our previous flyaway contests, you're already registered for this one. Once you sign up, For one flyaway, you're entered for all future flyaways. Okay. You say, yeah, he's winning. Yes, the Broncos are 5-2 after 7 games for the first time since 2016. Bo is a big part of why they are winning. But the offense hasn't been good. Would you agree with that?
I agree with you. I'm not going to have any pushback. The offense has not been good, and it needs to start pulling. They need to start pulling their weight.
Yeah. And I would just say after 7 weeks, we have about 4 good quarters of offensive football. 2 against the Colts, 1 against the Eagles in the 4th, and another yesterday. Now, it's great that you're able to do this in comeback fashion. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think that you can. I don't want to get too in the weeds here because they're winning. I watched Mitchell Trubisky be the quarterback of a 12-4 football team. All right, he made some plays throughout the season that helped them, but the defense was the backbone of that football team. I've seen Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl with the Ravens. I've seen Brad Johnson win a Super Bowl with the Bucs, and they didn't have the tag franchise quarterback. Now, let me reiterate. I do believe Bo is going to get there one day. But for the same reason I said 2 weeks ago that I didn't believe he was a franchise quarterback because he was lacking one thing. He's got the tools. I think he's got the makeup. But he's so inconsistent. He is wildly inconsistent. In fact, I don't know if there's a more inconsistent quarterback in the NFL right now than Bo Nix.
There's a bunch of young quarterbacks that are struggling. C.J. Stroud is struggling.
Is he a franchise quarterback?
I mean, you would love to think that.
Hold on. I'm asking you a question. Is C.J. Stroud a franchise quarterback?
Last time I sat here and said no. Now I'm going to say yes.
Because it helps your argument.
Hold up now.
Why is C.J. Stroud a franchise quarterback?
Because he's winning. Because he gives them a chance to win. He's already been in the playoffs twice. He's making the plays. Who else in Houston Texans history can you look at that and be like, hey, that's a franchise quarterback? Maybe one. Was it Staub?
No, Matt Schaub, at one point was. Yeah, Matt Schaub at one point had like a 5,000-yard season.
Yeah,
I mean, he was really good at one point.
Brock Osweiler?
No.
He took the money, but he didn't do anything with that organization.
No.
So you have to hope that C.J. Stroud can continue to do what he's doing, which he's winning games for at least 2 years now. This year he's struggling a little bit more. Jaden Daniels is another one. He's been hurt. He's been banged up. He was one game away from the Super Bowl.
Is he a franchise quarterback?
Zach, he was one game away from the Super Bowl. What makes you a franchise quarterback? Winning games and getting to a Super Bowl, correct?
So Jaden Daniels is a franchise quarterback. He checks that box.
No, if he was doing what he was doing earlier because he's been banged up, I can't sit here and say that with him. Now, if he was winning games, I'd be like, yeah, we would all say yeah because he's winning games.
So Jaden Daniels is 60 minutes from the Super Bowl.
But he's been banged up this year, so we haven't really got to really sit here and see him in year 2 take that next step. Because, I mean, for him, is that he was one game away from the Super Bowl, but he's been banged up.
But have we seen Bo Nix take that next step?
That's the scary thing about it, is they're winning games.
But we're talking about Bo, right?
Yeah,
we're talking about Bo in dedicated fashion.
Yeah, in dedicated fashion, he still has a lot of work. He's in year 2.
And by the way,
he's still winning games.
And Jaden Daniels has played in 5 of the 7 games for the Commanders.
He just got hurt today. Or last game, messed his knee and his ankle up.
Okay, but I'm saying he's played 5 of the 7. I think that Bo is going to get there. I think that Bo is a part of the winning, but I think the consistency. I'm telling you, if I put that same poll out that 2 weeks ago got exactly 50-50 with 1,600 votes, it might not be 50-50, but it's not going to be what it is in Kansas City. It's not going to be what it is in Baltimore or Buffalo. So I'm just not there yet. It's sort of semantics because here's the thing. Bo Nix is the quarterback of the Denver Broncos, and they're 5-2.
Yeah.
So whether I have the official platinum label of franchise quarterback or not, Bo Nix is taking that field on Sunday.
And it's fine. Everybody is going to go at their pace.
Yes.
As long as we keep winning, that is great. Me personally, I'm already at the finish line. I've been through quarterbacks where it's like you just have hope. Drew Lock was one where it's like I have hope that he can be that guy. There's a couple of things that he did was like, wow, man, that's impressive. But he wasn't able to stay consistent, like you said. But also, like, the way that he went about things was different than how Bo is. The maturity is just way different.
Oh yeah,
and then I've been with people like Matt Ryan, where it's like, wow, he's done it all, and I can't wait to be with him. Joe Flacco has done it all. and they just didn't have it anymore. They didn't have that hunger, although Joe Flacco wants to continue to play, and he's doing well, and it's like, why can't you do that with the Denver Broncos when I was there?
Yeah.
It's one of these things where it's just like they're not how they used to be when they were young and hungry.
Well, I'll say this. You said something before the break that I was like, it was about basically, oh God, I'm trying to remember exactly how you said it. But it was, do you remember what it was?
Which one? What
you were talking about,
I said a lot of things.
How
got you flustered a little bit.
Basically, Bo is winning games. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And that's all that should matter. But it doesn't feel like it way too often with Sean Payton. It doesn't feel like it. And here's what I mean. Sean Payton is the head football coach. The only stat that should matter to Sean Payton is if the Broncos win or lose. Sean Payton can't accumulate stats. That's for the players. But I swear, when Sean Payton has or thinks he has the license to bring his agenda with Bo into the game day operations, and I've been talking about this for weeks, the amount of times that I've referred to Sean's agenda.
You talked about it after the first game of the year.
The first game of the year when you're throwing it on 4th and 8 instead of making it a 2-possession game with a field goal of that's 8 yards less than Will Lutz's career high, and you're throwing the ball on 4th and 8. That's agenda football to me. And I saw it yesterday again when your run game is a huge part of why you get down to the 2-yard line and you are throwing the ball in consecutive sequences. It's unhealthy. You're at the 2. Your running back is averaging 6 yards a carry.
Hey, preach.
And you're making a mistake that Pete Carroll should have learned the lesson for you.
No, you're right.
Do not put an agenda over the team. And so when you're on the 2 and you're throwing it and then you're throwing it again, it smacks of a high school coach whose son is playing the position, and you are equally as interested in getting that kid's name in the paper as you are with your team winning. And it drives me nuts.
No, and it should. And it's showing out there every single Sunday. It's showing that right now with Sean, I need to think of Bo Nix first and then the team. That's what it looks like when you are on that 2-yard line and you do have a running back that's running well and he deserves to have his flowers. He deserves to have a crack at that end zone, especially when one of those plays he runs for 32 yards, gets you down to the red zone, and yet you don't give him an opportunity to at least get one carry?
Doesn't feel organic.
No, it feels forced. But players start to see that. Bo Nix will start to see that and say, Coach, like, this isn't about me. This is about the best play on the call sheet that can score a touchdown for us. The defense will start to see things like that and say, why are you not running the ball?
Right.
Why won't we give J.K. Dobbins a chance? Why won't we do the smart thing and just run it and we have 4 downs to get it? If it's first down and you're on the 1-yard line and it's first down, you have 4 cracks at the end zone. So run at least 2 times, and then you can pass the other 2 times, but give that man a chance. And I'm talking about J.K. Dobbins, who only had 14 carries and had 81 yards. You give him 3 or 4 more carries, he goes over 100 yards. You let him run one time at the 1-yard line, he's scoring a touchdown for you, making it easier so that you don't have to do trick plays like you had to do it and come up with one for Garrett Bowles that would have been a touchdown if Bo Nix would have done the right thing and floated it up for Garrett Bowles.
Yeah.
But you are right. Right now, it seems like Sean is so stuck into making sure that Bo Nix becomes this top 4, top 5 quarterback that he's losing the identity of like what has gotten you here and what's working. And what's working for this team so far is running the damn ball.
Right.
Come on.
Well, it's frustrating, and I'll tell you, man, what happened yesterday. It's a relief that it happened, and the Broncos were able to escape. And really, that was trending towards being organizationally embarrassing. The Broncos had no points after 3 quarters, and luckily they figured it out. And I give Bo massive credit. Bo was brilliant, but a part of when Bo was brilliant, actually makes it a little bit more complicated for Sean Payton. And I want to talk about why here. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. And we are reacting to quite literally one of the greatest comebacks in the history of professional football. Denver Broncos cramming 33 points into the fourth quarter after being scoreless in quarters 1, 2, and 3. But what changed? So the offense was maddening.
Oh, yeah.
For 45 minutes.
It was.
And that is Sean Payton's offense. And then the fourth quarter started, and you're down big. And they had to go into a 2-minute approach for an entire quarter.
The tempo had to be more upbeat, get on the ball, make a couple passes, not as many personnel groupings, as you said before. Make it easier.
Yep. And so part of Sean's thing that he loves is those personnel groupings. That got taken away from him. And so the guys who were out there just got to get into a flow. And that's when they had their most success. And Sean, after the football game, is saying, in that fourth, he was asked, what changed? He's like, well, we have to go into 2 minutes in the fourth, and I don't want to hear about tempo. Like, literally gets right out in front of it. I don't want to hear about tempo. And I'm not saying you should run tempo for 4 quarters. It's not sustainable. We saw that with Chip Kelly and all that stuff. But there is something to the way that Sean was calling the game and has been calling these games. It's led to really unwatchable professional football. And then when your quote-unquote superpower got taken away from you, that's when the offense was able to thrive. It's really something that we need to keep an eye on here moving forward.
All right, so moving forward, is this a Bo thing or is this a Sean thing? Is Sean getting in the way of himself? Is he the one that's kind of hindering this offense from moving on, or is it for Bo? It's like, dude, you're not executing. Because when you look at Bo, as much as I'm franchise quarterback, there's certain plays that Bo's not making still, or the accuracy is not there, or it's like, Bo, why is the defenders able to bat the ball down 5 times? You can't even get a drive started because the ball's being bat down, even if there is an open receiver.
Right.
But then again, when you look at Sean, it's like, Sean, you have the first 15, and yet you throw the ball 3 times in a row. There's not one run play in there. You have a top 10 running back. You go 3 and out. Then you come back and you pass again.
Crazy.
And then you get in a situation where you decide to do screen galore. That's just an explosive play. Screens are meant to be set up where you get the defense on their heels. You're doing well. The rhythm is flowing. And all of a sudden, there you go, screen. They don't see it coming. The Giants did a phenomenal job of that to Cam Scatterboo, who Scatterboo was able to get a touchdown. I want to say on the 3rd down.
Yeah, it was.
It was on the 3rd down.
Yep, it was.
Right? It was like the element of surprise. You don't know what's coming, and then it's a touchdown. So for Sean, it's like, man, what's going on?
Well, he is feeling it. And we talked to Mike Kliss on Friday, and it was like you could tell, Mike referenced the press conferences. Throughout the week last week, he was very short. He was tense. He was uncomfortable. After the Jets win, I mentioned this on the Monday following, so 1 week ago, if you just muted the television and didn't have closed captioning and were just looking at Sean Payton talk, 85% of language is nonverbal, you would have swore that the Broncos lost the game. He is going through it. He's asked if they're going to change play callers. I mean, that's where we're at. Was it your former teammate, Ben DiNucci?
Yeah.
Who put it out there during the game, former Cowboys quarterback?
Yeah, he was actually with Sean here in Denver for a little while. He was
you're right. You're
so
right.
He was with Davis Webb. He was with Sean Payton, and then he even said that.
Yeah, he said during the game, I'm paraphrasing, but is it time that Sean Payton turns the play calling over to Davis Webb? I mean, so it's not just us here in Denver. I mean, it's maddening to watch. The screen passes. I've never seen an NFL team attempt so many screens. And it looks like, and I'm totally speculating, but it looks like in some way, shape, or form, he is trying to protect his quarterback.
But from what? This is where it's like, I'm with you on it. It's like, what are you hiding, Sean? You have this quarterback that you handpicked, that you bragged about, that you said in the next couple years he could be top 4, top 5, but yet you're running a bunch of screens with him. You won't let him open up. You won't let him have the ball in his hands. He's thrown 50 times, but how many of them are down the field?
Right.
How many shots are we taking? When are we going to let him Develop that way. Go either succeed or fall on his face, but give him the opportunity to do that. What are you hiding?
Phil, if you have an undying belief in someone, the way that you would think Sean has in Bo, you wouldn't have such a neutered offense. That's how I would describe the Broncos offense right now.
Neutered offense.
Neutered. And I'm looking at the passing chart for Bo yesterday. It looks like the rest of the season. Very few passes downfield, very few, and just about everything, 8 out of every 10 passes, is within 5 to 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. And I brought this up, and I've talked about it for 2 weeks now. If you are the league leader in passes towards the line of scrimmage, how are you 25th in completion percentage? That's for Bo. But also, I can't explain the Sean having the offense in a bit of a straitjacket. It's strange. I don't know, because you hear him talk and it's this undying belief. This guy, he's the truth. I love my Q. He's going to be a top 4 or 5 quarterback in the next 2 years. You would think that he would be opening things up. It actually feels like he is.
Well, it looks like we said against the Jets. He looks like he's playing or coaching not to lose, instead of just going out there and running your offense, getting into some type of rhythm. Zach, there is no rhythm out there. I don't understand the offense right now. I don't know what they want to do. I know what they need to do. You know what they need to do. We all know what they need to do. Run the ball. But he won't do it. He won't obey his eyes. He's like, you know what? I know what's right for this team, but yet I'm going to go this other way because I'm the mastermind, because I want to be right, because I want to be stubborn. When everything can be set up with the run, you take so much pressure off of offense, off of a young quarterback when you're able to just hand the ball off. Because now once you can get the run game going, everything opens up for you. Play action, the deep balls, the middle of the field, everything happens for you. And yet because you don't run the ball, you continue to go 3 and out. You put Bo in a stressful situation where he seems like he's uptight, that he seems like he cannot just relax and get going because they can't get in some type of rhythm. They can't get the first down. And if they do get the first down, the next 4 plays, they're duds. Because you want to go with 2 screens in a row. What are we doing, Sean? Open this damn playbook up.
Well, it's interesting because this past week when we were playing the Sean Payton audio, it was about reducing the game plan. But it looks like that meant we're going to do 15 screens. I have never seen so many screen passes in a single game. Have you?
No.
So they have to get it figured out. They have to. And the Broncos right now, the way that you could look at the Denver Broncos the same way that you could look at Bo Nix. If you want to argue that he's a franchise quarterback the way that you have, and he's a franchise quarterback right now, you can.
Yeah.
If you want to argue that he's not, you have plenty of evidence to argue as well. I think you can do the same thing with the Broncos in general. Like, they're 5-2. You could actually argue that they should be 7-0 and have the glossiest record in professional football. But you could also argue that the Broncos should be 3-4. And you could look at the teams that they beat and the quarterbacks that they beat. They beat Cam Ward in his first game. Jake Browning, Justin Fields, and Jackson Dart are 4 of their 5 wins.
And Justin Fields got benched. Jake Browning got benched.
Correct.
They didn't release him.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of, is it fool's gold a little bit?
And Cam Ward's coach already got fired.
And Cam Ward's coach got fired, and he, like you said earlier, he's a rookie.
So in 3 of the 4 wins, the coach either got fired or the quarterback has been benched. The Eagles living somewhere there in between. But even that game was maddening until the fourth quarter. So yeah, like you really. This goes back to the old, Tim Tebow conversation, which is being had about Bo Nix right now, where if you want to argue that Tim Tebow was a winner and it doesn't matter. The first 3 quarters don't matter when you're coming. You have the clutch gene.
He was winning enough games to where I was having a free Big Mac every single week.
Right, but it wasn't sustainable. But he was. So the people who loved and believed in Tim Tebow could present to you all the evidence why he's a franchise quarterback. But if you wanted to argue the other way, man, you certainly had enough evidence to do that. So I think that you can have that conversation right now with both Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos as a whole.
See, and no doubt about it, Zach, you can. Like, we really don't know. We played in 7 games, and yet you can't sit here and tell me you know about this team. Like, you can confidently say, like, this team now, not just the offense, like, this team is who they are. Because you just don't know, because there's a lot of context to it.
Totally.
They need to continue to win. They have to win a couple big-time games coming up, like against the Chiefs. Jacksonville's going to be a tough one. Green Bay. Like, even Dallas next week. Next Sunday, where Dallas is number 1 when it comes to offense. You're going up against a stud quarterback, Dak Prescott, who's healthy now, who has receivers. Like, what does that look like?
Right.
Javonte Williams running his butt off, had over 100 yards.
Man.
I want to say he scored 1. He might have scored 2 touchdowns. I know for sure he scored 1.
I'll get it here in a second.
So what does the defense do against that? What is the offense? What can the offense do against the Dallas Cowboys? Can we finally get on the same page with each other and start moving the ball to help the defense out? Can the special teams wake up and start being an impact for the game, start being the reason why we win games? Now, it did at the end there with Will Lutz. Thank God he was able to make that. But there's so many questions about this team where it's like you could be 7-0, but you could be looking at it like, hey, we're 3-4.
Yeah. God, I didn't realize this. Javonte did go for over 100 again. 116 yards on 19 carries, 6.1 yards per carry plus a tug.
See, look, Sean's holding him back. JK's looking at Sean like, dude, what are you doing? 14 carries, 81 yards. You give me 3 or 4 more carries, I'm going over 100.
Well, even JK yesterday averaged 5.8 yards per carry and got 14 touches. Bo Nix to it 50 times. So they have a long way to go. I'm thankful that the Broncos' record is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that they are first place in the AFC West, which I can't believe is true. Kansas City's coming. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
Oh, yeah, they're coming.
But all you can do is win these games. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of teams in pro football right now that are having the same conversations with their fan bases as we're having here in Denver in terms of just how believable is this football team. I can tell you for sure they're having it in Buffalo, New York with the 4-2 Bills. I can tell you for sure they're having it in Pittsburgh with the 4-2 Steelers, who going into their previous game had a point differential of 12 despite being 4-1. Philly's 5-2. I don't know how good Philly is. They came into yesterday with the 30th ranked offense in pro football. Dallas might be better than Philly right now, just who they are right now. Look, this is not unique to the Broncos, but you'd rather be 5-2 than 2-5 and get under the hood and try to tweak this thing.
Fix it up, and then you're always growing. I'd rather be 5-2 with people calling my quarterback Tim Tebow than sitting there at 3-4. Like, that's just no, you don't want that to happen.
Yep. Here is Sean yesterday after the game asked about his comments about being a Super Bowl contender before the season. This is what he said.
This is back, and I want to make sure we're on the same page. At the start of this season, and this is one of the goals you have, and we shouldn't be afraid to talk about it, but I don't know that anyone's used that word in ages. It was just the reality of there's probably 8 to 9 teams that have a chance organizationally. Some organizations can't get out of their own way.
It's incredible how those comments are following Sean through the season, despite the wins, despite being 5-2. He's still defending himself, and I would say to Sean, one separate from what I would say to Sean is that I do think of those comments during these games, and I can't help it. I just do. I think of the Bo Nix when I'm watching Bo struggle for 3 quarters. I'm like, can we get a CAT scan on Sean's abdomen so I can check in on that Bo top 5 gut feeling of his?
But that's what happens when you give big takes, and you give those big takes, and you're so confident. Now people are going to stick with it, and when they don't see it being done, it's like, okay, Sean, like you said this, but yet you look out there and it's not the case. When are we going to see this top 4, top 5 quarterback? When are we going to see this team that can actually make some noise in the playoffs? Are you believable? Now, for you and I, Zach, we sat there during camp and we tried to explain to our listeners that defensively they looked really good.
Correct.
But offensively, they look like they do right now.
It's true, man. It's true.
Like nothing has changed.
No, not really.
And actually, it's gotten worse when it comes to at least taking shots. In practice, they were taking shots downfield.
Right.
Troy Franklin was getting more involved downfield. Now they just don't take shots. Now it's screen galore. I don't get it. But you practice how you play. When you practice screens all day, you practice not opening up the playbook. Well, don't think it's going to happen in the game. They're not going to just turn it on and say, "Hey guys, like we're gonna put a play in there that we haven't repped." Like you have to rep these plays in order for them to work and succeed.
Well, what I would say to Sean, and then I want to move on from this old story that he's still being asked about, and I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that he's still being asked about it. Is that when Sean says, "Man, we haven't we haven't used that phrase in ages," talking about the Super Bowl, and it was before the season, and all I said is we shouldn't be afraid to talk about it. That's true. What made your comments different? You weren't the only coach in the NFL that was talking about going to win a Super Bowl, but you were the only coach in the NFL that was saying it to the national media and got splashed over all over ESPN and all the debate shows and the talk shows. That's why this is following you, because you were the one coach who got out there publicly and called your shot in a way that others do behind closed doors. That's the difference here. And it feels like he's still struggling with that. The one thing that the Broncos are doing, thankfully, year over year, is they are winning all the close games that they lost a year ago. The Broncos had two styles of wins and losses last year. It was they were probably going to blow a team out that they were supposed to beat, or they were going to lose close to a team that they probably shouldn't have lost to. Take away the Ravens, take away the Bills. There were close losses to teams that were 50-50 games and blowout wins over teams that they were supposed to beat. But look at the team this year. A one-possession win over the Titans, a one-possession win over the Eagles, a one-possession win over the Jets, and a one-possession win over the Giants. I do think there's something to be said. Now, yesterday was dramatic and can't be a habit because it won't. It's never happened before.
You definitely don't want that to happen.
No, like you're the first team in NFL history to be down 18 with 6 minutes left and win. So that's not. You're not going to.
Unhealthy for everybody. Like we're all sitting at the edge of our seat saying, "What's going to happen?" No.
Yes.
Just win.
But there is something to be said that it's now a bit of a trend that the Broncos are finding ways to win these close games and are sort of. And I don't like this phrase in the NFL as much as I do like in the NBA or even in baseball or hockey, but they are learning how to win.
You have to learn how to win. You have to learn how to win big, like by like a big margin and say, hey, we blew this team out. We handled business. And then you have to learn how to come out on top against close teams, against teams that are equal to you, or you're in a dogfight and you find one more extra play to win that game, or you get a turnover. Like you need those, because when you get into the playoffs or you're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs and it's a tight game, you're like, hey guys, we've been here before.
Right.
We know how it feels. We know what we need to do. Let's stay focused. We know what works. But you have to go through those moments, and you talk about like accumulating those battle scars. You still can. As for Bo Nix, like these are reps for you. Like these are moments that you need to have in order to be a franchise quarterback. Some people are waiting for. For me, it's there.
Oh, God, Phil. God almighty.
But you need these moments. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen so great. You know, Lamar Jackson, like they've had those moments. And you know you're confident that when it's time for them to have that ball in their hands, they're going to make something out of it.
Well, in terms of those close wins, this was Sean Payton when asked about that after the game.
It's the thing that we didn't do a good job with a year ago. When we won, but we were in a lot of close games and they went the other direction. And then there's still two field goals out there, but that's our game a little bit. You know, that's the reason it's popular. That's the reason television does so well. The system's set up in a manner to create that, and then you have to figure out ways to get the edge. And then it becomes a little contagious. Like you kind of begin to feel like you're in every game.
Well, I hope that's the case here, that it does become contagious with these Broncos, and like contagious hope that like you're never out of it. The game's never over. We're always going to fight and play through the echo of the whistle. And it's just crazy with Sean specifically that like this isn't happening without Sean Payton. This like cultural overhaul, the selection of Bo Nix, the the place that the Broncos are from where they were 2 years ago.
The drama.
Yes.
The drama. Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like cinema right here. We got to have a little drama.
Well, there's a lot of drama here. But it's one of these things where, like, the Broncos aren't 5-2, and the roster isn't in this position, and they're not where they are culturally without Sean. Yet, the offense can be maddening, and the biggest slice of that pie, we believe, and the fans believe, based on a poll yesterday on social media and just us having the conversation here, Sean, well, actually, you gave a little bit more slice to Bo because he's the quarterback.
I said he's the quarterback, and I said he was the franchise quarterback. So if I'm going to say that, it's like, hey, you got to go out there and produce. The coach gives a play call, you have to execute it. Even if you don't like it or it's like, hey, it's not there, usually you can check the play or you find the guy that is open. All right, that's what you want to see from Bo. But for Sean, it's like you also have to set your team up for success.
Totally.
You also have to go in there with the mindset of, hey, I'm going to tailor things to your strength, Bo, and I'm going to make sure that we run the ball, and I'm going to make sure that we stay ahead of the chains, and I'm going to make sure I have a great game plan going into it, and it's not just a Bo Nick show. It's a Denver Broncos show. It's an offense show, and everybody's getting involved. That's not the case right now with the Denver Bronco offense. Not everybody is getting involved. Marvin Mims finally got more reps out there.
God, how good was that to see?
It was great to see that.
What a weapon.
Why aren't we doing that more? Why aren't we trying to figure out ways to get Marvin Mims downfield? Troy Franklin, his strength is stretching the football field. Why are we not taking shots? Now, yes, Troy Franklin, you can be mad at Troy Franklin all you want, but we still need him to stretch that football field for you to open up the middle of the field so that Cortland could get involved. Still, at times, it's like, where's Cortland at?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of this stuff is just not making sense. And that goes on Sean.
Well, it's just so crazy, the dichotomy of, like, you're in this position because of Sean Payton, but he also might be the single biggest thing that's holding the offense back. And it's just really fascinating. And I can't wait to watch this story continue to unfold because, hey, the Broncos had an all-time win last night or yesterday afternoon. You would have not known it again by Sean Payton's body language and tone in the post-game press conference. Listen to him talking after the game about not smiling at the end of that all-time comeback.
I wasn't smiling. Benito told me to smile. I said, all right, I'll smile. I just think there's a lot of work ahead. And again, I have a ton of respect for that organization. I spent 4 of my early years there coordinating Super Bowl, first game in this stadium before 9/11. Close with the Mayor Tisch family. They found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game.
And that is also classic Sean Payton. Taking a veiled shot at Russell Wilson. Saying, I told Mr. Mara I was hoping that the quarterback change would come long after our game. Meaning, we were hoping to see Russ.
Yeah.
And for a second, Phil, I thought my prediction on Friday was going to come true. Jackson Dart to the blue tent. Russell Wilson coming into the game.
I'm thinking about you.
Do you see him warming up?
I saw.
I'm like, this is going to happen.
He's like, the Giants fans, let's bite, Big Apple.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, here we go.
I thought it was going to happen. Oh, my God. I like Jackson Dart, though. I'll say that. He's got some spunk.
He does have some spunk, and he's impressive in the pocket. And he was cool, calm, collected. He picked the defense apart, and it's like, this is what you want to see. Now, he made that mistake, and that's a learning lesson now. It's like, look, you can have a great game, but if you make one bad mistake.
That pick to Sternad?
Oh, yeah, that pick to Sternad, it can change the whole momentum of a game. And so for him, it's like it's a learning thing, a learning lesson. You move on from it, and you continue to make plays, which he will do. Now, for Sean, from what I've heard, you're right, he isn't smiling. And what I've heard in the building is he at times people feel like they have to walk on eggshells even though they're winning games. Why is that? Because Sean's offense is not doing well. And if Sean's offense is not doing well, he's not going to be in a good mood. Even though he's the head coach and the Denver Broncos are 5-2, he wants it done his way.
Well, the Broncos did get it done. And it came on a really special day. Was there an angel in the end zone? I want to talk about that next.
Bo Nix and the Broncos snatched victory from the jaws of defeat and took down the Giants with a thrilling come-from-behind performance. Nearly halfway through his sophomore season, has Bo shown enough to prove he can be the next franchise QB in the Mile High City. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Select Help, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HD HPs. Buy EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have two things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
Attention Denver and Colorado Springs. This is a can't-miss real estate buying opportunity Saturday, October 25th. 35, 50, and 105-acre ranches starting at just $59.9. The ranches have big mountain views and utilities like electricity, high-speed internet, and county-maintained road frontage. All just minutes from Colorado Springs. 35 acres, just $59.9. 50 acres, just $89.9. 105 acres, just $149.9. This is your chance to buy a huge piece of land in the booming Colorado Springs market. This is not an auction. The prices are set and the ranches are priced to sell in a single day, Saturday, October 25th. Call our friendly staff for more information or to book your appointment. Call 866-CO-RANCH. That's 866-CO-RANCH. 866-267-2624.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN 1600, playoff baseball action continues as Toronto faces Seattle for Game 7 starting at 6.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
It was an all-time comeback for the Broncos. Man, but there was something else that, like, if it's possible to make one of the greatest comebacks in the history of NFL football even more special, that's what we had yesterday. I mean, truly, you cannot make up the sequence in both the Super Bowl 50 reunion and immortalizing the late, great Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
And, man, it was trending in such a way I was feeling actually uncomfortable, literally. I'm like, this is going to be embarrassing for the organization. And Bo Nix actually mentioned after the game, well, I'll play it for you. Here's Bo thinking about not scoring enough.
Well, I was thinking about how I was going to answer questions if we got shut out.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
He's like, I don't know how I'm going to answer this.
I mean, think about it. The quarterback of the team just told you that he was thinking about how he would answer questions about not scoring a single point. That lived within reality with 15 minutes left on the clock.
Well, it shows you, and it's telling you that the offense and the defense and everybody on that sideline thought it was over.
Yeah, PS2 literally came out and said, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I thought it was over.
Yeah, I lost hope. And it's like, man, I mean, the fans did. Majority of them, I will say. For the guys that stood there, the fans that decided to stay there and cheer, that's great for them. For the other fans, they said, I had enough. Like, we're not even going to score a touchdown in this game?
Right.
Playing the Giants?
I actually
talking all that stuff?
I actually don't fault the fans who did leave.
You ain't a true fan, Zach.
You know what? Like, I'm actually thankful that I wasn't there. And obviously, if I was there, I would have been thankful that I was, and because it was an all-time moment. But I'm thankful that I didn't even have to cross that intersection of deciding whether to leave and beat traffic.
You know what? I would have left too. As a fan, I would have left too. Beat the traffic. You're probably hungry. I said earlier, I'm not paying $50 for a hamburger. I'm going to just go home. Why sit there and watch the Giants score another touchdown?
Yeah. The offense was getting booed off the field by Broncos country. But then the fourth quarter happened. And I just, man, I don't know what was happening yesterday on that football field. And I'm not religious, and I struggle with faith. But there was something going on with Demaryius Thomas on that football field yesterday. I will believe that. I will always believe that. And I don't even know like what I believe, like what happens to me after I die. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I will always believe that Demaryius was somehow involved with that fourth quarter last night.
It was magical. The Mile High magic. And this is where, you have to have a little hope. For DT, it's like he passed away when he was 33 years old, and Denver scores 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Crazy.
I wanted to come here and say Cortland had 88 yards receiving. He had 87.
He did initially. They corrected it on the stat sheet.
So he was 88, then they corrected.
Initially, yeah.
See, come on, man. But I'm going to say this. Demaryius, when he was with Houston, the Texans, when he got shipped off 2018, he wore number 87.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy.
It is crazy.
And he had 87 receiving yards.
Yeah, 87 receiving yards. So it's just things like that, that you don't take for granted, and you don't know why. You just know it happened, and you leave it at that.
Yeah.
And if you do believe and you have strong faith and believe in that, then you thank, God or whoever else you believe in, and you move on.
Yeah. Well, Peyton Manning, before the game, found out he did not realize that his name was going to be right next to DT's. And this is the moment that he got confirmation that this was actually the case.
Well, it's it means a lot. And then, I don't know, today up there,
Yeah.
also, where's it going to be?
Halftime right next to you.
No, I know, but the name, did I get bad information on where the name's going to be today?
Yeah, right next to yours.
Yeah. So the fact that it's going to be up there on the stadium next to mine means a lot because we were close, and I was so close to my family as well. So that means a great deal. So just seeing that at halftime, I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, I'll see it when everybody else is. But seeing his name up there next to mine at halftime, that'll be pretty special.
Man, it's pretty powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, he was choking up, thinking about his teammate and what he has done to help him out, because Demaryius helped Payton out, just like Payton helped everybody else out.
Did you see at one point yesterday, Payton said, "I didn't tell you guys the full truth." When the persistent question was, "Well, why'd you pick Denver? Why'd you pick Denver? Is it for John Elway? Is it?" And he never said it at the time, but yesterday he said, I kind of lied to you guys a little bit back in 2012. He said a big part of the reason I came was Demaryius. I saw he was ascending. He goes, and I played with great players. I played with Reggie Wayne, played with Marvin Harrison. He goes, but I had never played with anyone that was the physical specimen that was Demaryius Thomas. He goes, he was a big part of the reason why I chose Denver.
Damn, Zach, no Brandon Stokely, huh?
No Stoke. No Stoke.
What's Stoke do to you today?
No, I'm repeating what Peyton said. I'm just keeping it factual. So Stokely did leave the game early, by the way. He was there and left the game early. Yeah.
Come on, Stoke.
Yeah. And I didn't even need confirmation on that. I just know that's what he does. He's not staying for the whole game. Here is Sean Payton talking about playing in front of the Super Bowl 50 team and Demaryius Thomas's family.
I said to these guys prior to the game, I said, man, I said the Super Bowl 50 team is important. I said, but there's also a player going into the Ring of Fame who his family's here. Cortland, you played with him. You're playing for all these alumni that are back. We said it yesterday, and I'll say it again now. They're the lifeblood of the program. Both Kerry and Greg have done a fantastic job of making that point of emphasis. Man, anytime you're back, you're welcome. I love having them at practice. I remember the names. I talk smack with Talib over the years, different teams, you name it. I could go through all the players. To see him, when you do something like that, you walk together forever.
So it's pretty darn cool, man. You add it all up. And it wouldn't pass the smell test for a Hollywood script. The Super Bowl 50 reunion, immortalizing Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
You don't score a single point through 3 quarters, and you go do what no one in the history of professional football has ever done. And that's come back from down 18 points in the final 6 minutes of a game. Tim Tebow would blush. I mean, it's all-time stuff.
Gotta love it.
And the Broncos won a game. So what do we do? Final segment on a Reaction Monday. Game balls coming up next.
What a roller coaster. After trailing for nearly the entire game, the Broncos offense erupted with a 33-point fourth quarter and sent the Giants back to the Big Apple with a loss. What can Sean Payton do to get his offense going before the final frame? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full lineup is only at the one place pros rely on. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery. Or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers, exclusively at the Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is sitting back, relaxing, eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy's Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Halloween's here. Costumes, candy, and maybe a few scares. But nothing scarier than being ghosted by your insurance company after an accident. At Postman Law, we've delivered over $3 billion to our clients, and we make it simple. Speed, ease, results. With free case evaluations and no fee unless we win, you're never left in the dark. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fee. employees, you could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and Athletic at Mile High Station on Sunday, October 26th from noon to 2:25 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game and enjoy orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Athletic. Athletic, all in, all game.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Reaction Monday. And a friend of the show, certainly, friend of mine, in real life, John Davis joining us. What up, JD?
What's up, guys? Sounding great today. Great day to be on.
Man, crazy. Like it's really what it is, and not to say too much, but to bring you behind the curtain a little bit, it's almost like a sports talk radio gift.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have ultimately the most important thing that happened, did happen. The Broncos won.
Yep.
That's number one. Bo went crazy in the fourth quarter, but it's a really complicated story on how they got there, and it adds to an even more complicated season that Bo Nix is having. And I'll just let me tap into you, JD, before we do some game balls here. How would you? And I know you're going to be on with Dante here, Denver Sports tonight. How do you summarize where you're at with Bo?
Here's where I'm at with Bo. Not a franchise quarterback. I think it's way too early to do that to him. What I would say is I've seen enough to I want to keep finding out if he's a franchise quarterback. I've seen enough where I'm saying this is worth exploring. If somebody were to say, should they play Stidham? The answer is absolutely not. We have not hit a spot like that. With Drew Lock, who I liked, it was just I wasn't seeing enough to say we should keep seeing what's there. It was like I think we know. With this guy, with Bo, there's enough where I'm like, all right, maybe he could get there. I think the end game with him, not stylistically, is the Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff kind of category of quarterback. I think the
Which
Josh
is damn
Allen,
good.
best teams in the league
right
now have that. The Josh Allen, the Lamar Jackson, the Joe Burrow, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the best teams in the league right now have those guys. You just gotta make sure you maintain him and take care of him. And I think he can get there. I do think people need to understand the footwork, the game slowing down, that may take till next year. So they've got to be patient with it.
You are definitely one of the better Broncos historians that I know. You have a memory with the Broncos like an elephant. Do you remember seeing anything like we saw yesterday?
Never. I saw a comeback on Thursday night in Cleveland in 2008 where they were down pretty big. Monday night 2012 down 24-0 to the Chargers.
Yep.
But you had a half. You had Payton, DT, Eric Decker. You had a bunch of guys you knew could get it done. It was impossible for them to win that game yesterday. It was impossible. I did leave. I left after they went up 26-18, whatever it was. I went to the parking lot. Yeah. I watched the rest in the parking lot. I'll do that because I hate traffic.
Yeah.
I was so ecstatic they won. There was no reason for them to win because normally something like that, and I understand Sternod got the interception, there's a pick six. There's something that takes no time.
Yeah.
And they just methodically scored 33 points. And that's what was the most bizarre thing about it. How are you down 3 scores at the beginning of the fourth quarter? That team scores 13 and you win.
Insane. Say that again. I want you to say that again slowly.
You're down 3 scores at the beginning of the fourth quarter and you haven't scored. The opponent scores another 13 points and you win. You won.
It's insane.
Converted two 2-point conversions.
Right.
That's what happens when you got a quarterback, baby.
It's when you got a franchise quarterback.
well, it's one of these things where, like, we have been trying to repackage different ways to say it, and here we are in the last segment of the show, and you have phrased it in a way that I haven't heard today.
Yeah.
And it's just so impactful. It's so insane. I will quite literally remember this game for as long as my memory will let me remember it. Let's give some game balls away here. Let's give some game balls away. It was a magical victory. Who gets your one game ball, Phillip Lindsay?
The one game ball that I'm giving out is to a guy who I've been banging the table for all day today and last week about being that franchise quarterback.
My man.
Yeah, you know it's coming, baby. I mean, a magical fourth quarter, 33 points. It doesn't happen if you don't have Bo Nix. Specifically Bo Nix, because he utilized his legs, had 2 touchdowns on the ground, but he also got it done through the air at the end of the game with 2 touchdowns as well. 279 yards, 0 interceptions. That's big. 0 interceptions. When you have 0 turnovers, you have a great opportunity to win that game. And although everybody lost hope, even Bo, they still stuck with it. They still kept going. And Bo Nix made the plays when it mattered the most, and that's more important than anything. You can have the best stats. All right, Jackson Dart did a phenomenal job throughout that game. I was very impressed.
Me too.
But he messed up by having that 1 turnover.
Yep.
And you look up and you lose that game. He's waking up this morning saying, wow, what just happened? Welcome to the NFL, rookie. If you don't do the things right all the time, things can go wrong for you. Now, for Bo, he's having help. You do have a dominant defense that usually comes to play. But I'm having to give my game ball to Bo Nix for what he did in that fourth quarter.
Well, does he get the whole ball, or is it chopped into fourths and he gets like the nub end of it?
Give my man the whole ball.
All right. No, obviously you know what he did is he packed a whole game into a quarter. Like, it's like
he's that good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's insane.
Something that has never been done
he
before.
Doesn't need all 3 quarters. He's like, I just need the 1 quarter.
Dude, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns in a single quarter for the first time in NFL history. Pick a quarter, any quarter you've never seen in your life. You could be a 100-year-old football fan. You've never seen a fourth quarter like Bo Nix had yesterday.
Incredible.
It's remarkable. He would have gotten my game ball as well. I think he was the a part of the reason why the offense was sputtering for 3 quarters, but he was the biggest reason why they won down the stretch. So he would have gotten mine. But because he did not, I'm going to give it to Cortland Sutton. 6 receptions, 87 yards, and once again, when the game was hanging in the balance and you had to have a gotta-have-it play, it was a back shoulder throw that I hadn't seen Bo throw to the left side of the field with Sutton yet. It's mostly been to the right side of the field, as my memory serves. Maybe I missed 1 or 2.
It's Bo Nix.
But Sean said they installed that play yesterday, and Bo Nix said the first live rep of that play was it actually happening during the game. And that put Will Lutz in position to kick that game-winning field goal. And Lutz honestly deserves a game ball as well if we're giving one of the special teams.
Oh, you're splitting your ball now, huh?
Well, yeah, sure. Because
in Lutz,
I'm telling you, when you have a shaky kicker situation like a lot of these teams do, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Look at the Giants.
Look at the Giants. They missed 2 extra points. Not 1, but 2. That was central in how the Broncos had access to win the game in the first place. So appreciate you guys rocking with us. Really, really a fun Monday show. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight with John Davis and Dante Gomez coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Denver fans, game day starts at Twin Peaks. Your hometown football HQ is giving away exclusive team jerseys every game day. Catch every Denver matchup, cheer loud, and you could score big. Just ask your Twin Peaks girl for the play-by-play.